What is going on, Mars?
Chill, Mars, Swiper. Last night was the craziest night of basketball I might have ever witnessed. If you guys didn't watch last night, just watch all 3 hours of this show, and we are going to break down everything that happened, starting with the New York Knicks historically spanking the Atlanta Hawks. We are going to get into that blowout, why it got so ugly, and why the Knicks decided to be up by 50 in the second quarter. We'll get into that. We will also talk about a crazy incoming Game 7 between the Boston Celtics and the Philadelphia 76ers. We'll talk about that too. But as you guys can see, the title of the show, the Nuggets, the Denver Nuggets, completely collapsed and let the Minnesota Timberwolves walk all over them in 5 games. 6 games.
Get it right. Get it
Fellas,
right. Yes, sir.
Felt
Swiper,
like a sweep.
Swiper, what's up with the jersey?
Oh, I couldn't find a drape of shame, so I just figured I'd throw a KD jersey up there.
You couldn't find a drape or shade?
No, a drape of shame.
A drape of shame.
Yeah, I didn't have anything else.
You could very well just throw the. I'm pretty confident.
No, but Chio, you know what that means to you though. So
I don't.
That's a good drape of shame. I appreciate that, Swiper.
Yeah, shouts, man.
I don't know what that means, but
hey, Chill, you got a drink with you?
I do.
Yeah, man. To you, brother.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like we're having a funeral today. That's what it sounds like. Yes. Yes. That's what it sounds like we having. It sounds like we having.
I want to say good morning to my fellow panelists. I want to say good morning to the chat. I want to say good morning to all of the real ball knowers.
Well,
and I want to say good morning to the people that were mourning right now. I want to say good morning to my fellow panelists, Swipe. First off, I'm glad that you were able to make it. I'm glad that you were man enough to show up. But guess what, Swipe? It's not gonna be good for you today. Guess what, Swipe? It's gonna be bad for you today. Because we're calling out the propaganda. We're calling out the lies. We're calling out the agenda. We're calling out you see me. Africa chain on for a reason. We're calling out your support of the colonizers. We're calling out I thought you was all us. I thought you was
Serbia had nothing to do with colonialization, by the
way. I thought you was pro. But you're fo. Now where all the other niggas at? All you Jokic people. It's over. Hi, Mars. Hi, Mars. You part of this too. You were spreading lies. You were spreading lies. You were spreading lies. And you lost. Chad, all I want them to know is that they lost. The battle has been fought and you lost. You weren't victorious. Greatest offensive player. Nigga, please. I don't even know who's the best offensive player in the league right now. Give me Shea. Give me SGA. He's leading a better offense. He a better scorer. What happened to that passing and playmaking? What happened to all that passing and playmaking? All I saw was right hand Sabonis. All I saw was right hand DeMontis. Rudy was clamping. Rudy was clamping. And I don't want to forget.
They scored pretty well yesterday.
Swiper came on this show early in the morning on a good day and really told us that Jamal Murray was the best pull-up shooter in the league. He really got his black ass up here and told us that Jamal Murray is the best pull-up shooter in the league. Did Steph Curry die? Where the hell did Steph Curry go? Did anybody miss Steph Curry? I'm trying to remember if he's still in the league. He got up here and told you that he was a better pull-up shooter than Steph Curry. And you lied. You lied. You lied. I wasn't even going to do this morning, but a little birdie hit my phone. My colleague, Reverend Ron, he hit my phone this morning, and he said that same message that you preached last night. You got to come on PC, and you got to spread the good word. You got to spread the gospel, and I'm going to do it every time because there's too much lying. It's too much lying. It's too much lying going on this platform. And so we're over. It's over. Fight over. KO. TKO. You lost. You Jokic niggas. You lost. Fight over. We won. Victory is mine.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Damn, I just told him to come up here and give you some words of encouragement. I didn't know it was gonna. Damn.
You lost Ox. I told him last night, Ox. I said, you know what? When I come up here, I wanted my boy Ox to be up with me. I ain't sitting down this episode. I gotta be hey, Ox. I'm here with it. I gotta be able to slip, come over the top with it. I can't, ain't no sitting down this episode. Ain't no sitting down. Because we won, Ox. We won. We are victorious. Chill. I can't believe you let the lies get to you. I was trying to tell you. I've been trying to tell you for years. You let the propaganda get to you. Mars is trying to come back to the good side. Salute to Mars. He's trying to figure his way out. He's trying to see the light. He's trying to see the light.
Pastor, I think it's interesting, Pastor, that you bring that up because Mars, it's unfortunate that I got to follow that because that's a mic drop. Like the show should be over. Like can't nothing top that right there. Like we should be done. Like we're done. Show's over. But Mars, it's interesting how, and I'm specifically coming to you with this because you brought this up. Mars, it's interesting how, boy, that Joker ship sunk. And what I mean when I say it sunk, it's people jumping off that Joker ship. Not just yesterday. It's people that have been jumping off that Joker ship. And you know why they jumped off that Joker ship? Because I heard my man Mars run down. I heard my man Mars have a rendition about who Joker is in the playoffs. And Mars told everybody with the data who Joker is in the playoffs. All of a sudden, people go from Joker being a top 5 big all time, a top 10 player all time to, you know what? Maybe Joker ain't all that good. And you know why that happened? Because they already thought that anyway. Mars just confirmed it. I remember a certain somebody who said that Kobe Bryant wasn't a top 10 player. All of a sudden, everybody is now, Kobe ain't that good. I'm like, wait a minute. I ain't saying all of that. Mars absolutely brought the data out, and everything that everybody thought but just didn't say, Mars said it, and now Joker isn't as good as everybody thinks he is.
There's a -4 offense in this series with Jokic on the floor.
-4.
Yeah.
Defense.
We're gonna get to
they
that,
had a
Ron.
115.
We ain't gonna do nothing. We're gonna get to that.
Yeah. At first, when I was doing the calculation, I thought the defensive rating was their offensive rating because I was like, no way they would have a less than 110 offense with Jokic on the floor. They did.
No way.
Yeah, so I was wrong, but yeah, another series in which transcendent offense was not on display. Before we address the elephant in the room, because Real Talk was very eloquent in what he said.
Thank you.
Represent. But we don't have to spend too long on it. Jamal Murray should be ashamed of himself.
Why? And I want to talk about this. Please explain to me why.
For this is once again we focus on obviously Nikola Jokic for obvious reasons, and I think it's very relevant. Jamal Murray, outside of 2023, has been a questionable playoff performer. And you got 2020, the bubble year, and 2023. He got given playoff riser allegations, reputation for 2 postseason runs, when every other postseason outside of that, he's been disappointing, to say the least. Last night in a closeout game, what was he, 4 for 15?
4 for 17, Moss. 17.
4 for 17, my fault. Yeah, even worse than I thought. This is a series. The best he shot from the field was 44% in any game. The best he shot was 44%. He shot 40% or worse in 5 of the 6 games.
Yep.
And this is, better pull-up shooter than Steph Curry.
Yep.
All NBA second team guards, which, by the way, amazing regular season. I'm not taking away from his season he had. But this is another year in the playoffs where you realize that tough shot making can disappear when you go up against elite defense. And that's what he's going through. So we can go back to talking about Jokic because he is the story of the day for obvious reasons. But Jamal Murray, shame on you.
Can we please?
Let's stay there for a second.
Yes, I was about to say that.
Because this is something that that we have actually spoke on, and I want to bring that up again. It's clear to me that their playoff success goes through Leicester. Like their playoff success goes through Jamal Murray. Though, like the stat thing with Jokic, it looks really good, and he is an amazing basketball player. We can't see this series and all of a sudden pretend like Jokic is an amazing basketball player, because he is. But what the Denver Nuggets are doing is it's ridiculous. Like they make it all about Jokic. Everything got to go through Jokic. It turns into the PRA thing. It's all the stats. It's bunch of points, bunch of passing, bunch of assists, all that type of stuff, and it looks great. But there's more to winning than Jokic having a 55 PRA every night. You know what I'm saying? And when Jamal, especially when you don't have your most impactful basketball player, Aaron Gordon, on the floor, Jamal Murray has to play good. Jamal Murray has to play great, and I think it shows right there. When Jamal Murray is not playing at the top, they're not going to make deep playoff runs. Like to Mars, your point, what you said, the bubble year in 23.
In 2020.
What happened to the bubble year in 23? You know what I'm saying?
So that's times they've made it past the second round.
Right, and that's what I was saying. I think we talked about this last week or the week before. We're not going to keep pretending like that's not what you need. You need Jamal Murray to show up, or you're not going to do nothing. Nikola Jokic is not going to carry this basketball team to a deep playoff run. That all the PRA, you can have all the PRA stuff in the world. It's not enough. It's just not. So they're gonna have to figure something out. They're gonna have to do something about Aaron Gordon, his health or whatever it may be. This is 2 years in a row, and if you're gonna be one of the best basketball players we ever seen, you can't keep getting the excuse that Aaron Gordon wasn't there for you. I need Jokic to pick that shit up and carry the squad. I mean, because it's not like Anthony Edwards was on the floor.
You don't say.
Hey, I saw someone looking at that rim. Had a real field day getting downhill.
And Mars, my thing is, if that's going to be the case, man, protect that basket. There's a reason why you need your big man to be able to protect the rim. I don't think I am.
You're going to get these assists and you're going to like it.
Yeah, but
how dare you ask for defense?
That's my thing, though, y'all. We see big men that can get assists, and we like, oh, that's what it's all about. Like, I don't need you to do that. I need you to protect that goddamn rim.
You know what I'm saying? You mean like Rudy was doing? DHOs or rim protection. You didn't get both.
You mean like Rudy was doing?
Chill. 15 assists from my center don't mean a damn thing. I'm trying to explain that to y'all the best way I can. I've been telling y'all this.
Also protect the rim, then it
might mean a little something.
What I want to do is
not if it's one or the other. And on top of that,
I agree.
Me and Mars, we was having this conversation not too long ago. We remember when the passing big used to play defense.
Yeah,
Draymond Green, small ball 5, Joakim Noah. Joakim Noah.
Marc Gasol.
My thing is if you're the best player of a generation, when this man over here at the end of the game tells the world that you're food, he said him and all his partners, they all food. Him and everybody he coming with. We going straight to the buffet. and you're the best basketball player in the world, I need you to do more. I need you to do a little bit more than pushing and shoving after a basketball game. That's all I'm saying.
Which I want
right quick, chill, because we got a $50 super chat. Just hold that thought. And this might even usher in your thought. Thank you, Real Talk. Thank you, Big Ox. Hello, Swiper. We got a $50 super chat from Drink More Water. Drink said, chat, I want to see y'all put black in the chat for this Denver funeral pack. We smoking on this fine morning. This is for all the FCs that Jokic fans were criticizing to oblivion, only for those same criticisms to apply to the man himself. We up good today.
Interesting. What I wanted to do, because both Mars and Real Talk brought up a really interesting point about Jamal Murray. And when we do that, like when we talk about a guy playing bad or we are ashamed of a guy, what we do is we take away from the other guy. So in 2020, he was awesome in the playoffs. In 2023, he was awesome in the playoffs. These playoffs that he's played in when he wasn't awesome, who did he go up against? He went up against Minnesota. The one common denominator that we don't talk about is that defense from Jaden McDaniels. Jaden McDaniels put his ass in a penitentiary and put him on 23-hour lockdown. Last night, Jamal Murray shot 4 for 17. He was 1 for 9 against Jaden McDaniels. In fact, he shot under 30% against Jaden McDaniels for this series. Jaden McDaniels has blown up almost every action that Jamal Murray was in. Now, as good as Jamal Murray is as a player who, yes, you can be ashamed of him, Jaden McDaniels is an all-league level defender. He's made the all-league defensive team. He's been that good. And he took the assignment, which goes back to what you were originally talking about a rim protector.
I'll give him 30 on the other end, by the way.
On top of that. On top, don't leave that part out, Mars. Absolutely. Bring that part up.
32 to be exact.
Hold on. Well, this got to be two separate conversations. Let's keep with the defense. We'll get to that offense in a second.
He actually took the assignment, Ron, and said, I'm going to deal with him. I'm going to get to my offense, but Jamal Murray is not going to kick our ass. He's blowing up plays. He's fighting over screens. He's closing out on Jamal Murray. He's making Jamal Murray shoot tough shot. In terms of his shot diet, almost every last one of his shots was tough shots. Now, Jamal Murray might be, I don't know, might be. He's arguably the best tough shot maker in the game. There's a bunch of tough shot makers in the game. James Harden, Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, Kevin Durant. Bunch of them. Jamal Murray at one point was in that conversation. But when you running up on a dude in Jaden McDaniels at 6'9", 6'10", with that kind of length, that's blowing up plays, that's making your shot diet, the entire shot diet, a tough shot diet, you're gonna have a very long series. Now
he's still in that conversation, too.
I still think
he's still one of the best tough shot makers in the NBA.
Absolutely.
And I'm not gonna argue that point, Ox. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to take away from how awesome Jaden McDaniel was on defense this series. Like we talk a lot about Jamal Murray being bad as an offensive player. That's largely due to the fact that Jaden McDaniels shut the door on him. Jaden McDaniels said, you are not going to kick our ass. Now, if you guys want to talk about the offense, I'm all here for that because I saw a dude get on camera and tell everybody, this dude, that dude, this dude, that dude, they all fool. Every last one of them. If you get by this guy, we get to the rim and you see him, don't worry because he's not going to do a damn thing. Go after him. And you know what Shannon Jr. said? You know what? I think you're right. And then they just took the reins from there. So shout out to calling out another team for being fooled and proving it.
One thing I do want to say, because Swiper does get this when he talks about football, because I've heard him say it before. And like, I guess because basketball is a more skill-oriented game, maybe it gets lost in translation sometimes, but not only just for Swipe, but like people who think alike. Physical disposition, physical dominance. The reason why Terrence Shannon Jr. was able to come in the game and be effective, is he a skilled basketball player? Is he a skilled young man? Absolutely, Gio. But you know what he was? He was faster, quicker, jumped higher than anybody guarding him. And so there's a level of confidence that you play with when you know I'm just a better human being than you. Like there's nothing you can really do to change that fact.
Physically.
I run higher, I jump, I run faster, I jump higher, I'm quicker, I'm stronger. Like I don't need to be as skilled as Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray can't hold me. Jamal Murray, way better player than Terrence Shannon Jr. And he got in the game. He was like, let me put the ball in my left hand and go. And what is Jamal Murray going to do about that? Absolutely nothing. Jaden McDaniels, is he as good as Jamal Murray? No. But you know what Jaden McDaniels is, Chill? 6'10". Can move. Long. Athlete. Jumps high. Run fast. You know what I'm saying? Yes. The combines matter, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you know that. The combines matter. I'm not saying that the end all be all, but they matter. That's all I'm saying.
I told y'all last year that Terrence Shannon was a problem. And I even coming into this year, remember I was projecting him to be in the rotation. I was projecting him to get more minutes and all of that. Terrence Shannon is a good basketball player. Has his flaws, but he is a good that boy can get downhill. As a matter of fact, I remember I said earlier this week, Terrence Shannon Jr. getting downhill, yada, yada, yada. And it was a certain somebody that scrunched up their face, picked up their head. It's funny. And he was looking the same way he was looking right now. Picked up his head, scrunched up his face, and went back to looking at what he was looking at on his feed. But lo and behold, Terrence Shannon Jr. gets a good amount of minutes, and you just can't stop that drive.
Swiper,
you just can't stop
clear
it.
About one thing, Swiper. You are not the only one up here that has to deal with this. I don't know if y'all remember this, but I had the Nuggets winning the NBA championship. I didn't have them winning this first round playoff series. I had them winning the whole thing. I thought that every issue that they had in the offseason got fixed. I thought that their bench got fixed. I thought that their backup big got fixed. Valanciunas has been nothing but a no-show. Nothing but a no-show. Not only has Valanciunas been nothing but a no-show. Tim Hardaway Jr. did his job as a long ball shooter. Can't cover anybody. Bruce Brown is what Russ told us about Pat Beverly. All he doing is running around out here. That's all he doing. He ain't doing nothing else. He's not. Don't let him trick you guys.
Wait. Don't forget. That's not the only correlation between Bruce and Russ. Let's not forget.
Bad athlete, right? Bad athlete.
Yeah, better athlete than Russ. Better player than Russ. You know.
Sure, but all these dudes didn't come to cover up for Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon's job is to cover up for Nikola Jokic. So
this was still the best Nuggets team ever, is what I was told. Best Nuggets team ever.
That's
what I mean. And in a do or die game, their third best player was Tyus Jones.
Who?
Tyus Jones, my glorious king.
Shout out Tyus.
Christian Brown is currently stealing money from Denver. If there's
that contract is gonna kill them. That contract.
Yeah. He is currently robbing Denver of $125 million.
It kicks in next year, I think. Yeah. Shout out to your agent. Got you a payday.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to you. If I'm the Nuggets, I'm blowing the whole team up.
We got to start over.
Everyone but 15.
We got to start
really?
over.
Yes, I'm blowing the whole team.
They should have never brought Aaron Gordon back so fast. They should have let the man rest. You know what I mean?
Aaron Gordon ain't been the same since they played him in that game 7.
Exactly, Mars. But they brought him back. They brought him back 2 seconds
because that season keeps falling apart when he doesn't play.
Which is awful.
They would have still made. They still would have made the playoffs. Again. Well, you know what? That's a. They got the best player ever on their roster. You know what I'm saying? They should be able to let Aaron Gordon rest as long as he needs to be able to save their ass in the playoffs like he was doing last year. You know what I mean? That's as simple as that. You can't let Aaron Gordon be hurt coming into the playoffs, or this is what's going to happen. Chill, I want to be very clear about something. Sure. I, too, had Denver winning the West. But it is strongly predicated on the health of Aaron Gordon. So once Aaron Gordon stopped playing, all that Denver shit is out the window for me. Y'all know that's the heart and soul of that operation for me. He's the OG Anunoby for this team.
The Jaden McDaniels, is that who he is for this group? Mm-hmm.
He's the OG Anunoby.
Maybe or even the Rudy Gobert. I ain't gonna lie. Ron, one more thing before I get about it. I know I got to go. You got to make some subs and everything. I'll be back later, ladies and gentlemen. It's not finished, but chill. I want to leave you with this. They kept calling this man the LeBron James of this era. They kept saying he's the LeBron. Don't worry about it. If it don't apply, let it fly. I'm speaking in general right now because there's too many names to name, my nigga.
No, I'm saying who are you talking about though? Who they called
15.
who the LeBron James?
They called Jokic
15.
the LeBron of this era.
15.
So chill. I want you to let me know and let the people know in the chat if LeBron James played a series in which he was the higher seed. He played a series in which the best player on the other team didn't get to play. He played a series in which the whole backcourt on the opposing team didn't get to play. He played a series in which another key rotation player in the closeout game, another guard, so even less guard depth, didn't get to play. He even played a team chill in which Slow-Mo, shout out to Kyle, couldn't play because the nigga was sick, chill. He had the flu. All four of those things happened. And he went and lost that game in the first round.
Rewind real talk. Rewind real talk. I'm in my prime too, by the way. I'm not like
I'm in my prime,
by the way.
In the peak of your powers.
Peak of my powers. I'm not a good player. I'm not a great player. I'm at the peak of my powers. This is 12. This is 13 James that we're talking about. That he did that.
In the first round, chill.
Yeah. If they ended up,
and you scored sub 100 3 times, and you scored sub 100 in half of the games in the series.
We would not be having any conversations about him
as the best offensive player ever. Just saying.
Yeah, we wouldn't be having any conversations about him at all. None whatsoever. I'm not saying that they would have flipped. We would have never been able to talk about him like this again. Ever. Never. For the Minnesota Timberwolves to lose, because I've never seen this in my lifetime. I've never seen a team. I've never seen Bird, or I've never seen Magic or Olajuwon or any of these guys, Jordan, Jabbar. I've never seen them go up against a team where they lose their best player, they lose their best shooter, they lose their best rotation player in the playoffs. And I got all my guys, with the exception of Aaron Gordon. I'm not going to argue that. Aaron
Watson.
Aaron Gordon is a big deal.
Aaron Gordon is the guy.
Aaron Gordon is a big deal. But the majority of my guys, I should be able to beat this group without that. I should be able to get out of the first round. I ain't saying win the NBA championship, but I should be able to get past these dudes. And I don't. And not only do I not get past them, I get beat in convincing fashion. Don't forget last night that game. Minnesota went on a 12-3 run in the last 4 minutes of the game. Denver only scored 3 points in the last 4 minutes of the game. That was it.
The Denver Nuggets, with the greatest offensive player ever,
they finished with 98 points. They had 95 points with 4 minutes left.
And the last 5 minutes of that game,
they had 98 points.
Free throws.
Game.
They didn't register a made field goal in the last 5 minutes of that game. So when it was clutch time, I mean, I'm seeing the name Jokic going around.
4 minutes left. They only scored 98 for the game. For the last 4 minutes of the game, that's all they got from them. I think Minnesota went on a 12-3 run, and I'm blown away by how not just Shannon, but Jaden McDaniels, Julius Randle, who didn't shoot the ball well yesterday, but they continuously went at the rim, got by their initial defender, and when they saw Joker there, go after him. Do not stop and pull up for a mid-range jump shot. Do not stop and pull up in the mid post. Go after him and continuously go after him. And Rudy was fantastic yesterday. Fantastic. Now
again, yeah.
I have to say that I was completely wrong about the Denver Nuggets. I had them winning the NBA championship this year. I did. I can't say I was more wrong about what's going on with this group.
I told you dudes in February about these Nuggets, but as much as I want to get into that,
I don't want to hear your shit, Ron. You said that this Minnesota hype was hype. Don't you start?
I did say that. I did say. Well, I mean,
that it's not. No, it ain't.
All right. Well, hey,
they
look,
lose their best player, their best shooter, and arguably their best rotation player, and they served these dudes. Served them. So it ain't hype.
All right, y'all. I was right. I was right about one thing, and I was wrong about another thing.
Yes, you are.
But I'll gladly be wrong about that one thing to be right about this one thing. But hold on, no, because Swiper, I do want to hear from you. We haven't really got your breakdown or anything like that. Before we do that, what's under that? What's under that cloak? Before we do that, I have two $50 super chats. real talk.
Yeah.
What you said has been confirmed in a $50 super chat. Nate said, I'm old enough to remember when on this show, Jokic was being held above 18 LeBron offensively. If any other all-time tier 1 offensive player lost to a lower seeded team who was missing their best player, their whole legacy will be thrown into question.
I mean, to be fair, I think Jokic is to be fair. I think there's many people.
It's not enough.
My fault.
Yeah.
But I do think there are many
enough.
people who are beginning to look at maybe the last few years and basically everything outside of, their title run. And maybe think that's more of the common theme as opposed to the outlier, which would be the championship year.
Mars, Nikola Jokic should never, ever, ever, and this has nothing to do with this series. I want to be very clear about that. This has nothing to do with this series of basketball. There should never be a day where he's compared to any version of prime LeBron James. It's absolutely
really
ridiculous.
You don't think he might be the best player ever? You don't think he might be the best player ever?
Who? Jokic?
No.
Man, fuck no. That's not even a conversation, Mars, and you know it. Shame on you. You know that's not even a conversation. You know that. We all know that that's ridiculous. Like, we all know that. And I'm not mad at people that big up today these players because somebody has to. Because you got a lot of guys like me who's stuck. I'm stuck in my childhood. I'm stuck in my teens. I can't imagine people being better than Tim Duncan. You know what I'm saying? We need guys that were involved in the NBA from the 90s, the 80s, and the 2000s to big up today's NBA players because they deserve it and they're great basketball players. Nikola Jokic is a great basketball player. Keep him out of LeBron James conversations.
Bryant too.
I don't keep him out of all of that shit, chill. There is never a reason. It's not necessary. It's not necessary because he's not that level of basketball player. Yep. Yes, he can. I mean, he could stuff the shit out of stat sheet. Absolutely. But the impact on basketball is not there. There's certain things he's not capable of doing that don't turn the tides of the basketball games the way LeBron James once did. There's never a reason to put him in prime conversations. And this is something I've been saying for years, y'all. This has nothing to do with what just happened in this series.
You have been here for a long time.
This is why I'm so high on winning matters. Not because narrative flips and all of that. No, that is not the reason. The reason why I'm high on winning matters, like guys like Kobe going to conference finals, deep playoff run after deep playoff run after deep playoff run. Guys like Tim Duncan, all these other all-time greats. Hello, Swiper. Nice of you to join the conversation. The reason why I'm high on winning matters is because a lot of that is predicated on your impact on the game. In order for you to win, for the most part, obviously you have to have good teams. Obviously, you got to have good coaching, all of that. But
absolutely,
Jokic has a good team. He has good coaching. Am I being mistaken?
No, they're talking about firing Edelman now, Ron, because they can't imagine putting this on the best.
Well, even before that, he had Michael Malone even before that.
They'll fire Edelman before they trade Jokic. So.
Well, no, they shouldn't do either one of those things.
No, both of those guys they shouldn't go anywhere. But
I'm blowing the team up. So
right quick though, Chill. But I just want to finish my point. The reason why I'm so high on winning matters is because you have to be impactful to an extreme level and will your team through series when you go down 3-2. You got to will your team through series when you go down 0-2 in the series, or when your back gets against the wall, you have to then step in and be like, okay, now I'm willing my team through this. If one of your better players gets injured, now I'm willing my team through this. And this is what I'm saying. LeBron James, through the thick and the thin, through teams getting flipped up and down, through players getting injured, through whatever opponent he was facing, the man went to 11 straight finals, 10 straight finals, whatever the number is, something outrageous, 9 straight finals. So I'm saying, like, that just showed LeBron's level of greatness. Kobe's ability to go to finals after finals after finals after finals showed his greatness. And what I'm saying is, like, if you can't continuously at least get to a Western Conference Finals, it makes me question some things.
We never have, and we're never gonna see Jokic do something like what LeBron did against Detroit in 07. We've never seen Jokic do it, and we're never gonna see Jokic do it. Because he's not that level of basketball. He's not that level of athlete. You have to be a certain level of athlete to be able to do some of these things. He's not that level of athlete. He's a great basketball player. He's not a great athlete, and you have to be a great athlete to be able to do some of those things. That's the way basketball is set up. I'm sorry to tell the truth about it. That's the way basketball is set up. You have to be a superior athlete to do some of those things.
I need you to convince me in the chat right now why Nikola Jokic isn't just Russell Westbrook with a good float. I need you to explain to us in the chat how this thing ain't just Russ.
Oh my God,
that can't run fast with a good float.
He's not that level of athlete.
Go. Please go.
If Russ was 6'11",
some relative true shooting.
God.
Can I interest you in some relative true shooting?
But that's why the float is important. The float gets Jokic to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. The little float gets Jokic to +8. That's all you niggas care about. He's +8. He's +8.
Plus 8.9 this year, actually. Plus 8.9. Right? Yeah.
What happened to all that scoring on Rudy? When a real man popped up, you couldn't score. You couldn't score for real. I don't know why you're frowning up in the camera, nigga. Your guy got clamped for 2-3 straight games, nigga. You frown up all you want to. Couldn't score when a real G popped up.
55 true shooting in this series, so that's like -4. -4 true shooting in this series.
And this is Baguette Beyond Ball? Wow.
Did you guys
Swiper, I do want to get you involved in the conversation. I want to read this $50 super chat. Well, if he doesn't want to, then Chilla take over. But I'm going to read this $50 super chat. I would like for you to address it. If not, we'll have Chill address the super chat. Whoopity Scoopity sent through $50 and said, my biggest issue is Jokic fans. The filleting to insane degrees. How he's the offensive GOAT. Better than Shaq, how he clears everyone in the league. The last 2 years, they say SGA's good, but it's blasphemy to say that he's as good as Jokic when he's having MJ-level seasons.
Yeah. They were real. We're not making any of this up, by the way. This all was fact. And I have been screaming from the mountaintops, wakey, wakey. What kind of hypnosis are you niggas under? He's great. He's all-time great. I'm not saying that. But y'all were going too far. You were going too far. And the chickens, light-skinned nigga, have come home to roost. They roosted in your backyard right now. It's over. All that foolish talk is over.
He was
we don't want to hear that bullshit no more.
Better than Shaq is dumb. I hate that conversation.
To say that, yo,
they've been saying this. They've been saying better than Shaq for years now. This isn't no new shit. This is something I've been trying. Oh, well, Shaq can't pass like Jokic.
You know what, guys? I understand what got to happen here. You're too negative. You got to go. You sweating and -2. You got to go. Mars, sorry, for the sake of this conversation, you got to go. I'm going to just leave it up to you guys because that's the only way we can get Swiper involved and have a productive conversation. Bye-bye.
What is this about, Swiper? I don't get it. Okay. I really don't get it. My problem is, and this is how this thing gets thrown off the track. I did buy into some of the propaganda because when you are that good of an offensive player, some of the defensive stuff gets thrown by the wayside. Because I've seen awesome offensive players like Magic, like Steph Curry. Like I've seen awesome offensive players be that great and be able to take over games just with their offense alone. But when I got a guy who is this deficient as a defender, I've never seen that. At least be able to compete on the defensive end. I think that's my biggest problem with him. Why I can't talk about him like we talk about Shaq. Why I can't talk about him like we talk about Olajuwon. Why I can't talk about him like I talk about all the other bigs like that. Because like on defense, he's just so bad. That's really it. That is it. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't think Jokic is the reason why they lost yesterday, but they definitely had a bad game, bad series. I guess. I'm not rewriting his whole history. He's had multiple comebacks, by the way, of 3-1 and other things. So it is what it is. I think it was a disappointing series for sure. It's probably the most disappointing he's ever been in a series. But yeah, that happens. We can bring everybody back up. I don't really have, don't really need everybody to go down. I think everybody's getting their junk off, Ron.
You don't think?
Well, Jokic might not be the reason y'all lost, but he for sure the reason y'all didn't win. And I keep that type of energy with when it's best player on the team type situations.
Yep.
You might not have sold the bag, but you definitely didn't get it done. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree.
You know what I mean? So it's like he could have done better to carry his team to victory. I'm not gonna say he's, you know what I'm saying, like Jamal Murray should have definitely deserves a lot of smoke for this. You know what I'm saying? Jaden McDaniels, nuck if you buck. Like, I don't know if y'all know what y'all dealing with Jaden McDaniels. So it's definitely that, Swiper. I can get with you and say that he's not the reason y'all lost. He's for damn sure the reason y'all didn't win.
I got a question, and I'm wondering this real interestingly. If Jason Tatum played like this in the series, what would I just have to put my dukes up, or would I have to like go get some armor?
Well, I don't think
Jason Tatum, man.
If Donovan Mitchell played like this, like would I have?
Donovan Mitchell is playing like this.
Oh yeah, Drake should be here soon.
Series ain't over yet. Series ain't over yet.
Do I have to know? Donovan Mitchell playing damn near worse than this.
Because the first two games, the first two games,
they're just winning in spite of him.
Okay, right. In the first two games, and I want to make sure that we stay on topic. But if he was playing like this, where he was fooled and it was this bad,
he is this bad.
I don't think he's. I don't think it's. I think it's like. I think it's a lot different.
Well, chill. Tatum been better than Jokic, and I try to tell you that.
Jokic is better than Donovan Mitchell, so we expect stuff from him. Donovan Mitchell's been terrible, but we're not attacking you because no one actually cares about your Donovan Mitchell opinions. Because
they absolutely
you're just wrong.
100%.
You're just wrong. Like I'm bored of you saying he's the best two guard in the league. So I don't even like, you were wrong. It's like, yeah, whatever you think that, go think that in your little Donovan Mitchell corner. But that's not real. That's not real conversations. Jokic, however, the propaganda was strong, and I was guilty of it a long time ago, like 5 months ago. I was guilty of it.
Not too long ago, actually.
I've come to the light. I've come to the light, and I feel this series was bad. I just think he's not the same player since the injury. And I'm not saying that the injury is the reason he's playing bad. Yeah. I just don't think he's the same player. Like the player I saw in December, I understand it's regular season games. The player I saw in December and the player I just saw, two different players. Very different.
Yeah, respect.
Now, that doesn't mean he would have played great in this series without the injury. I'm not saying that. I just think this was a very, very bad look. And I do think his flaws are obvious. Like with or without the injury, like the fact that you have a big and you're running everything through them, it's not hard to take away scoring volume. It's not hard to do that. Like we watched the last 5 minutes of the game yesterday. It's not hard to take away someone's shot attempts. He can't empty the clip. He's physically not capable of generating high quality shots for himself on a whim whenever he wants. He's physically not capable. When you crowd his space and you deter the drives and you play him straight up, he doesn't have the vertical explosion. He doesn't have the first step. If Rudy and his teammates stay home, he can't generate good offense every time down like a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander could, like a LeBron James could. He can't do it.
He's not that level of athlete.
But I think I've been letting a lot of stuff. I've been letting a lot of stuff go.
Watched it against OKC. He still
no, but he did. I think he has multiple times, including this season. I think that this year, obviously because of the injuries, some other things, I think he also just didn't play well. So I think this is multiple things. He has multiple playoff series where he's been able to empty clip in the fourth. I think the issue is that yesterday,
not when they're guarding him the way I just outlined. So
I mean, I disagree, but I'm saying like I saw him do it in the Warriors series.
Right in front of you, Swiper. Right in front of you, Swiper. He could not get past Rudy Gobert. He couldn't up fake and get by him.
Sure,
he
but I'm
do
saying
that.
He's done this for years though. Where
we're talking about this season in particular.
I know. I'm just
about.
Responding. I just disagree with that because he did that to Rudy this year.
How can you disagree with it? I'm talking
because I'm saying he's done it. He did it this year multiple times.
So when we watched him in the playoffs, when you watch him
scoring a lot of points is not no. Because we're about. This is PRA without PRA. It's not about how many points he's scoring.
It's
about you're saying he did it to Rudy because you're saying he's scored a lot of points. The argument is not can Jokic score. The argument is generating your own offense on a whim anytime down the floor. And no, he didn't do that to Rudy this year. If you go watch the games against Rudy Gobert, it's a lot of opportunistic scoring, which is great, is valuable. The fact that he can get into the short roll, get to a floater, he can get to a post up and get to a hook. All of those stuff are valuable. But when you put the ball in Jokic's hands and he is facing you up,
Yes.
And you crowd his airspace.
Yes.
He is not consistently generating a shot for himself.
If you're saying
he's never been able to
sure.
do that.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, that's what it's about.
That's what it's about.
But I'm saying the reason why. But
he's never done that. Never
at
in
some
his
point.
life.
At some point, he has. Well, I'm saying at some point, this is where I start bridging away from.
At some point, Amen Thompson made a three.
No, he's done that. But I'm saying this energy. I agree with you. He played bad. So this is not even a like indictment. Like he's played bad in this series. I'm saying that like I've seen him over the course of his career do this. I think the issue was in this series. I just think this is the worst he's ever played in terms of totality. Like this is the worst series he's had. Obviously. Yeah. So it's not even like you know what I mean. We're dealing with him at the bottom.
Series in 21 was
but you know why that Sun series doesn't mean anything to me though. Like I think context included.
Because he was tired.
No, because
But if you're gonna ask me who played worse, he was probably worse in the Sun series. But it's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
why doesn't that Sun series mean anything to you?
Well, I've given you the context behind that, and I just don't think that's a good. That was the worst series he's had up to date. But this is one with expectations, and this is one where you were the favorite. This is one where you were coming off of a good season that he played it in this level, and then it happened. So that's what I think. I think that this was just a bad series for him. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to rewrite his entire history. I've seen him come back from deficits multiple times in series, play very well versus very good defenses. But I do think, to Marge's point, like that consistency that you're looking for. But like I said, yesterday wasn't even an issue for me with Jokic. I just think that, the way he was playing, especially in the fourth, he was trying to pass the ball out and do all this other stuff. And I'm just like, they had chances to win the game. They were down 3. They were down 3 with 2 minutes left or whatever. They were down 3 with like a minute and 50 left, and Spencer Jones missed the open 3, and obviously Jamal missed the open 3. But yeah, it is what it is. Like there's no going around it. I'll let y'all talk for 50 minutes, and chat saying I wasn't listening. I listened to everything you said. I just disagree. I mean, at some point, that's just what it is. I disagree on some of the things you're saying.
Why don't they let y'all play basketball? Why does it have to be all about Jokic ball?
I don't think it was all about Jokic yesterday.
I
think that's the problem.
It's just Jokic.
Jokic probably should have went at it more. Is I think the actual issue.
But that's the thing, because when you're playing the Wolves, to Mars' point, when they're playing defense like that, he lacks the athleticism to be able to create these good looks. And once again, to my other point, in the playoffs, when you're playing a team that got your number, you don't get a chance to go take a day off and regroup in Utah. You don't get a chance to fly out to Brooklyn, go to the Barclays, and have a good game against Nick Claxton. It's repetitive against Rudy Gobert. Baguette Biyombo.
Well, I think the thing is like I've watched every game versus Rudy over the course of his career.
Dumbo.
I think he's had a lot of success against him as a scorer. I think this series was just like legitimately like just terrible, all the way around.
Rudy didn't change anything in your opinion in his approach?
No, Rudy. I think Rudy was great, but you know how I feel about Rudy, Mars. Like I think Rudy's incredible.
No, that's not why I asked.
Go ahead.
Did Rudy change the way he guarded Jokic in this series from how he's done so in the past, or do you think it was the exact same methodology in his approach to guarding Jokic?
Well, I mean, I think the last couple of games, especially like Jokic, when the 3 games leading into this one, he was letting Jokic shoot that pop shot pretty uncontested, but then eventually Jokic started like doing the pump fake drive thing. Yeah, I mean, he waited on Jokic's hip a lot when he was driving. And then he tried to obviously utilize his weight and size, like in the post. And so I think he did a fairly good job at that. I think yesterday Jokic had his way for the most part with him. But I think some of this was Rudy has absolutely over an 11-year period. Well, I don't know, 11. So since 2017 especially, has obviously guarded him more than anyone else in the league. So they have absolutely gone through multiple coverages, multiple kinds of like coverages in isolation or team or scheme. So yeah, he did a great job over the course of this whole series. Like, absolutely. I think that Rudy was extremely intelligent in how he was guarding Jokic, especially on some of these drives that he would get a block on. Historically, he wouldn't be able to do that. Like I said, even this season, Rudy did not guard Jokic this well. So I do think he made some really marketed improvements. And if you hear Rudy talking the post game, he said he's the best offensive player I've ever covered. And so, that causes him to have to change some things in how he's defending. And I think he did a great job.
What's the difference in what's the difference in what he did in this series and what he did in 23? What was the difference in that series?
You asking Swiper?
Yeah, I'm asking you, Swiper. What's the difference in terms of him guarding Jokic? What do you think the difference was?
I mean, look, again, people will probably disagree. I have seen every one of their possessions over the years. A lot of the stuff Rudy has done in isolation, he guarded him similar. I think the issue is that Jokic in this matchup in particular he didn't handle Rudy's physicality to the degree that he had in previous iterations and previous matchups, even including this regular season. I just think Rudy was extremely patient with a fake, for instance. Rudy got his timing down, and that's really the biggest thing when you're guarding Jokic. You just have to know the timing, because if he's going to get his shots up, then he's going to get it up in like a really unorthodox way. And I think Rudy was just really disciplined with his feet and with his hands, and I think that helped him a lot in this series. And his body positioning. I do think Jokic in the last 2 games started to figure it out and played a lot better over the last 2 games versus Rudy as a scorer. But I think Rudy is just like a super intelligent player. And again, this is what I was saying when people were, talking about Rudy and, even in the 24 series, when people were saying that, like, why is he a 4-time BPOY? Like, he's getting fried by Jokic. I just think Rudy is just like, he's adapted his game so much. Mm-hmm. And when you spend 10,000 reps playing someone over a 9-year period, you're bound to have good games like this. And I think he's just like a generational offender, extremely smart, extremely physical, also like just unbelievably long, which is why I've always said he's the most important player on the roster. So I just think he did a terrific job in the series.
He did. I agree.
I just want to, as much as we talk about Joker, I want to make sure that in this song that we give the microphone to Jaden McDaniels. I want to make sure that he is a part of this song. He is not just a background singer. He just doesn't have a small part in this. He was huge in this series. As much as Joker was taken out of the series and attacked at the rim, a lot of that was largely due to Jaden McDaniels. A lot of it, one of the main reasons why Jamal Murray was taken out of this series was Jaden McDaniels. I want to make sure that we don't veer off that path. Yes, Joker is going to be talked about because we talk about Joker as the best offensive force in NBA history. Yes, we talk about, because when you have a guy who's that good offensively, which he is, I'm not going to argue that point. In fact, I think that that's what makes him the exception, because he is so good. But when you got a guy in Jaden McDaniels who improved his offense over the course of the last couple of years, been able to knock down a mid-range shot, and on top of that, accepting the assignment, that should not go by the wayside. I am not going to say that Jamal Murray was just bad. He was bad because of that dude right there. He wasn't bad just because he wasn't making shots. He was bad because of that dude right there. He couldn't get to the rim because of that dude right there. He couldn't get open shots because of that dude right there. That offense didn't hum like it normally does because of that dude right there. And he had a lot to do with that, a lot of it.
Yo, Damo, I absolutely want to hear from you, but just give me a second. Just bear with me. I got a $50 super chat from It's Mike 1402. It's Mike said, "Can Top Middle please read this with energy as well?" Read and energy.
Everybody write your apology letter right now. He's a fraud. He's out of the conversation. That's the best damn player in the world. Who's out of the conversation? Who's the fraud? And who's
that was you player? After the Spurs Nuggets game.
Oh yeah, he was great that game.
Lapping Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, it was a great game.
Down Zeke, Najee, and whatever else.
Zeke got a block yesterday. Shout out to Zeke. So the Jokic, he blocked Rudy Gobert. He did actually. Yeah, he did. Yeah. And then the Nuggets went and turned it over. So useless block.
All Rudy had to do was up fake it. He would have bid on that. He was because he was going to jump in.
Rudy ain't got that much. Rudy, man, he see the rim. He gonna try dunk the ball. He ain't doing all this thing.
Which he did dunk on Joker, by the way, on a loose ball, which Joker could have got to, and he ended up picking it up and dunking on Joker. So keep on Mars. That did happen.
I don't think Jokic is the best player in the world. Hot take. I don't know.
I said that before the season started, and there was a lot of pushback from me when I said that I think SGA is the best player in the world. I think winning matters. I think when you answer bell, as much as SGA has answered the bell, when you've improved as a bucket getter, which is something that we kind of veer off the path to, when you are that level of bucket getter and you do it consistently like he does and in the playoffs, yes, I think that propels you to that point. And I think that SGA is the best player in the world. And I said that before the season started, and I'm still standing on that.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. Damo, I got to hear from you. But like I said, I need you to just bear with me for just a second, because I got to take the people to a wonderful place called Splash Sports. Now, it doesn't get too much better than this, because the NBA playoffs are in full swing. And if you're not playing quick picks on Splash Sports, you are simply just leaving money on the table. And that's not a good idea because quick picks is the only DFS game. I said the only DFS game where you are playing against real fans, real competition, real actual human beings. Not the house, not the algorithm, not a sports book, not artificial intelligence. It's you versus another person. And here's the kicker. Splash Sports has the highest multipliers in all of DFS. That's daily fantasy sports. We are talking up to 50 times what you can win on a 6-leg entry. You don't have to have a perfect lineup to cash out. You just have to beat your real opponents. One bad pick won't kill you. You just have to get one more pick than the next person that you're playing against. So why would you play anywhere else? Exactly. Use code CHOICE on Splash Sports and you will get a 100% deposit match for up to $50 plus a 100% quick picks boost. Drop 50 and get a free 50. The link is in the bio, or you can scan this QR code on the screen, and we'll see you guys in the winner's circle. Outside of that, we got some earnings and some winnings that we cashed in on this weekend. You know, we just want a victory lap a little bit. I know it's a couple sore losers up here. I know everybody didn't make it out the first round, but hey, at least we hit on Splash Sports. What is this, Big Ox?
It's we hit on the men being a Leicester, DeAndre Ayton going more on points and rebounds, Tari Eason hitting more than 1.5 threes, and Jabari going over 17.5 points.
You know what, Ox? They say lightning doesn't strike twice in the same spot. But I'm feeling lucky. I think we can hit this same exact thing tonight. How y'all feel?
We should. Yeah, let's ride the wave.
Yeah, come on. Let's run it back, man. Hey, you know who I got. Tari making more than 2 threes. Come on.
Nah, fast.
God damn.
Hey, he gets it now. I'm telling you, Ox, he gets it now. On top of that, he see his fellow Seattleite, Paulo Banchero going crazy, and then he see Jaden McDaniels doing what he's doing. I'm telling you, Tari Eason is feeling it.
Okay, I could get behind that logic.
Yeah.
See where you're coming from with that. But y'all not trying to go more with DeAndre Ayton again, though. 20.5 points.
Who not?
So I am.
That's easy money.
Yeah, I'll take
And
that.
who was it? And it was Jabari.
See, this is the one for me, but
17.
hey, if we go do it, let's do it though.
And I had,
and in the last,
Amin being a Leicester.
Yeah, I had picked men the 18.5. They in Los Angeles tonight. I'm gonna take the more on that. I think he goes
The
for
more?
I think he goes for more than 18.5 tonight. Mm-hmm.
All right, chill.
Mm-hmm.
all right. We tinker one thing. We just switched up a man. He's not less anymore. He's more. That's what we doing on Splash Sports today. We're going to use our Player's Choice 50% boost.
Wait. We got to get Marcus Smart in there.
All right. Come on.
Uh-oh.
Damo, do you have a more or less for Marcus Smart with you being the Laker aficionado?
Yeah, I'm with Ox on this one. I'll go more on the steals.
Wait a minute. Ox, they in Houston tonight, right?
This is game 6.
Yeah, they're in Houston tonight.
Yeah,
I took the less on him.
You took more. You took more on.
No, the previous game I took the less on him.
Yeah,
you did. Right,
No, stick with my gut. Yeah, stick. I'm gonna stick with my gut. Yeah.
All right, we got a Player's Choice boost. You have to use Marcus Smart, but we're gonna do that, and we're gonna cash out. We'll see you guys in the winner's circle once again. Use code CHOICE. Download Splash Sports. Get a 100% deposit match up to $50 plus 100% quick picks boost. Plus, use our Player's Choice boost, and we will see you guys in the winner's circle. All right, fellas. Hello, Damo.
Hello, Ron.
How are you doing on this Friday morning?
My dude just snuck in the back
Doing
door.
great.
Hey, pass
Doing
that,
good.
my dude. While you in here, pass that.
You know
Yes,
I will,
sir.
chill.
Thank you very much,
You
sir.
doing good. How y'all doing? Mars, how you doing today, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
Swiper,
Hello.
how you doing?
Great day.
Good. I seen you pulling big boy numbers last night, man. Just proud of you, my guy. Proud of you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's always good for me when Nuggets get blitzed or when they win. I mean, when they blitz, does really well for the numbers. So shout out to them.
Mm-hmm. Listen, man, I've seen your journey for a long time.
11,000 people was crazy, bro.
11,000 people is insane, and you deserve every bit of it. You deserve every bit of it, dog. I'm proud of you.
Yep. More memes made. Thank you, Ron. I meant to tell you, by the way, Damo. Cheers to you, bro. I meant to tell you. I looked for a brown paper bag. I couldn't find one. I had the big ones. You know, the ones from Whole Foods. I got those in the house. I ain't got the small ones. I almost went to the dollar store down the street. I was gonna say to you, Ron.
To me or to him?
I was at class the other day on Tuesday. Okay, I was at salsa class on Tuesday. Do you know that people in salsa class walked up to me, Ron, and shout out to you, JD, and literally said to me, bruh, I saw that meme of you going around on YouTube or other people's videos, and I was dying. So I just want y'all to know PC got reach, man. PC got reach. I got people through somebody we know, somebody we know, and somebody else we know sending me stuff saying, man, that's crazy. So
I told you, Swiper, don't you ever talk about me being a star. Don't do it. Absolutely not.
Shout out, man.
No.
Comes with the territory.
Exactly.
We got a Hall of Famer by the name of Football Breakdown that has pulled up. You guys don't keep in mind, despite everything that's going on in the NBA community, despite the fact that, the Nuggets were sent home last night, despite the fact that the New York Knicks got blown out by 1 million last night, despite the fact that we have a Game 7 in Boston coming up, it is still Friday, and it is Hall of Fame Friday. And if you are a Hall of Famer, you can pull up to the panel, if and only if you're a Hall of Famer. My man Football Breakdown said, Ron, I need you to drop the link for me today. So he has the link. Football, what do you want to talk about, or who do you want to address?
I mean, what can I say? What can I say? Swiper, put the mug down. Please put the mug down. I've been saying it for years. I was alone on the island. I looked in the face of generational PRA. Wow, analytics were pushed, false narratives were pushed, BPM, OPM, DPM were pushed, all for the best offensive player of all time to get knocked down in the first round by an injured Wolves team. I mean, hilarious. The bravado, he's the greatest offensive player I've ever seen. He might be the best player I've ever seen. Why were the flaws ignored? Why was the defense ignored? Why was the context behind which he got the PRA completely ignored for years? Why was the playoff drops and the dip in playmaking year after year in the playoffs outside of 2023, where he played by all metrics the worst and weakest championship run in the modern NBA era? Do y'all know that there is only one other possible permutation to have a weaker championship run by seeding? If you would have played the 5th seed instead of the 4th seed. That's the only other possible weaker run you could possibly have to win a championship. And that's what Denver did. But he beat Bron and AD. He beat all these other superstars and want to conveniently ignore that they were extremely flawed teams. As I've said, when Jokic can't play flawed teams and he can't play flawed defenses, he has to depend on other guys getting open or creating advantages for him. This is what it's going to look like. You can hammer PRA, you can talk about advanced analytics all you want. It don't measure up to actual.
Who's played a team that wasn't flawed and beat them?
No. There's levels to this. He played very flawed teams that were either flawed defensively or had something that they really couldn't compete. Whenever Jokic, to me, has played real championship caliber teams or championship caliber teams with other superstars, he's failed and crumbled. That's
what championship caliber team did you feel OKC played last year?
We're not talking about OKC. I'm talking about Jokic. What is this whataboutism? What is this whataboutism?
You said that.
I'm not talking about OKC. No.
You said that based on these permutations, this is the weakest run of all time.
Did OKC put AC in the finals?
Why did they play the AC?
Did OKC play AC in the finals?
Why did the AC play?
They did not.
Okay, so I don't know why we're talking about OKC. We're talking about Jokic. OKC swept. OKC's in the next round. No, this year they swept. They're in the next round. We're not talking about OKC. We're talking about Jokic. Talk to me about Nikola Jokic, the greatest offensive player. Where is that bravado and condescension that you've had the last 3 years? Where is it?
Where is it today? I can still have it.
No, then what? How? How are you gonna have it? How?
Well, because I'm myself. I still think Jokic is a great player.
Do you think he's the best player? No. First, there was there was a LeBron size gap. Then he got exposed in 2024. I think
he's gotten worse.
He's gotten worse. How did he get worse?
Yeah. Well, he obviously has played his worst series ever.
No, he played his worst series, but this has always been a trend. Swiper, don't try to act like.
Which trend?
His playmaking and his efficiency goes down every playoffs outside of 2023.
His efficiency goes down. I think he's the most efficient player we've had in the league in the last 6 years in the playoffs.
Fair enough. You got it.
That's objectively.
Can I ask a question? Can I just ask a question? Just for the sake of keeping up with the conversation.
Yeah.
Football. Who do you think is the greatest offensive player ever?
It's 100% LeBron James.
Has LeBron James not had stinky series?
No, but we're on 3 years of of course everyone's had stinky series. But my point is that Jokic routinely his playmaking drops. Routinely. And LeBron's been excellent against number one defenses. People chide LeBron against that Magic defense in 2009. Brother. He almost averaged a 40-point triple-double with a way worse supporting cast.
That's interesting.
No. With way worse teammates. If you want to contextualize it. First, if we did a ranking of the top 20 offensive games between Jokic and LeBron in the playoffs, Jokic might get four of those games, and I'm not kidding. Especially when you consider the eye test, which you Jokic fans routinely ignore, because this guy spams floaters and undersized bigs to boost his. Oh, he looks so great. Watch the games. You can go put your hands on your cheeks all you want. Guess what? Your boy got knocked down in his direct prime to an injured team in the first round.
I did the 20 best games.
Bronny James won more playoff games in 2026 than Nikola Jokic.
I think that's a good question. 53 points and 11 assists. That's probably going to be up there. He had a 30-20-10 gaming round game one versus the Lakers. That's probably up there.
Don't care. I watched it. That's cool. I watched the games.
Triple-double in the Sun series. That's those games are probably up there. I think the 45-15 and 5 game versus OKC in game 5 is definitely
awesome. I watched the games.
But you just said LeBron averaged a 40-point triple-double.
Yeah, and I watched the games. He was more impressive in all those matches. Eye test matters.
Game six was shaky.
In the series they lost? Where was LeBron's impact in 2009 when they lost to the Magic?
Eye test matters. He had a far worse team and still outperformed whatever Jokic did. Jokic just first of all, the 2009 playoff run by LeBron is better than any playoffs and Jokic has ever played in his life.
Can I ask who showed up on the Nuggets this playoff run? Like this year, who showed up? He
shouldn't need to. Jamal Murray wasn't terrible every single game. Spencer Jones showed up. If Jokic is the player that we're talking about a team that didn't break 100. We're talking about a team where Jokic couldn't get his team to break 100. Where was the playmaking? Where was the advantage creation? Where was it?
I think he did a great job.
Why couldn't he get his 40% 3-point shooters more open and better looks? You want to bring up? Oh no, they weren't. No, this is you again.
Didn't Jamal and Spencer miss wide open threes?
No, this is you again conveniently ignoring.
Cam Johnson made a corner three off of a drive from Jokic yesterday.
This is you conveniently.
I made multiple threes of Tyus Jones drives.
No, Tyus was hooping yesterday.
This is you conveniently ignoring eye test because
I'm not ignoring eye test.
No, you are because
football. Did you not ask?
No. Let me finish. Why would you're real pressed right now. You're real pressed.
I'm not pressed at all.
Swiper, if you could see, the people are fed up with your shenanigans. And you see what you caused?
The DHOs and the above the break threes and those deep threes that you think are wide, or they're classified as wide open
corner threes yesterday.
I don't. That's fine. You can say, I'm talking about the trend of the whole series and what I see from Jokic in general. the offense wasn't fluid. They were uncomfortable the whole time. That shit wasn't in rhythm. They could be wide open and still not be in rhythm. So all this yap that you want to do and this condescension that you've had and all this energy you've had for other players.
For who? Who do you feel like I had condescension
you've
for?
literally you're gonna act like you haven't been condescending in this whole
go through the list. Who do you think it was?
You've been condescending to everyone who doesn't think Jokic wasn't the greatest player and didn't have this LeBron-sized gap over everyone.
The greatest player in the world.
What was that?
I don't think he's the great. I don't know.
When I said that SGA was the best player in the world.
I think he's the greatest player. I don't think he's the greatest player. I think LeBron's the greatest player.
No.
Oh, okay.
You think James is better than Joker today?
No,
is that what you're saying?
He's the best player ever. Like I don't think Jokic is the greatest player.
I didn't say that. I didn't say ever.
I've ever
seen. That's not what I said. It's not what I said. I said greatest player. I didn't say ever.
I think he's been the best in the world, and he didn't have a good series. It happened. That happened.
No, he didn't have a good.
He had a horrible
talk
series.
About last year. So what happened last year when the go offensive player shot 9 shots in the game 7 and 1 shot in the second half? What happened?
What happened in that game in particular?
What happened?
Caruso. That's what happened.
What happened? What happened? Why didn't he shoot more?
Why did he not shoot more? It's because of the coverages he was getting in the third quarter. Remember, he had 7.7.
So you're telling me coverage prevented the largest guy on the court from taking more than 1 shot in the game 7 in which they were down.
Yeah, that was another one. That was one of the games I've said this multiple times. Like they had 3 healthy players in that game.
Okay. What happened to the game 7 in the Clippers? He was pretty underwhelming in the game 7 in the Clippers that year too.
What is he 6 of 15? Yeah, they won that game by 30. Yeah, I mean that happens. That stuff
okay,
happens.
But he didn't have a good. What? So what happened? What happened in game 7 against the T-Wolves?
He had 34, 19 to 7.
Oh, cool. And that's good PRA. So let's contextualize that.
He got busy in that game. We're not doing that. He got busy in that game. He didn't get busy.
I don't think that game was. No,
yes, he did. He got busy in that game.
You know why?
They was up 20. That's what we talk about the most. The fact that they was up 20 and they squandered the lead. Don't sit there and act like he sucked that game because no, he didn't. I didn't say he sucked. That's exactly what you're saying.
No. Listen.
He's basically going off of the box score. It wasn't the box score.
He is going off the box score.
That afternoon, he operated off Joker that
night.
Going
off the box
he got
score.
Busy that game. He did not suck. Let's not do that.
So Swiper is Jokic an elite 3-point shooter?
No, not right now, especially not now.
No. In that year, wasn't he an elite 3-point shooter?
In 2024, I think he shot 29% from 3 in that run.
No. I'm talking about the regular season. Would you say before going into that playoffs, would you say he's an elite 3-point shooter?
40% from 3 that year? 38%? I don't remember what he shot that year. I can't remember.
Okay, cool. So someone who you would say is a decent 3-point shooter, right? Go look at the profile of the 10 threes he took in that game 7.
Yeah, he had an elevator threes to take in the fourth quarter. I think he shot 8 in the fourth.
He didn't shoot 8 in the fourth. He was 0 for his first 8 and then made his last 2 after Minnesota had already made the comeback. What I'm saying to you and why
are you blaming Jokic for that game?
Can I please finish? Because you're real pressed.
He's talking about game 7 in 2024.
That's an overrated performance. I don't care. When you score match, you're going to accumulate a lot of points, and it could look fugazi. He missed his first. No, let me finish.
Player that made 7 or more, scored 7 points in that game.
Football, keep going. Keep going.
He literally missed his first 8 threes. In the profile of the season, they were butt naked, wide open at the top of the 3-point line. Literally some of the easiest 3-point threes you can make. If he makes 1 or 2 of those threes in the midst of the Wolves run, he may stop the momentum. He may prevent them from coming all the way back, but he didn't. And so the only time he made those threes is when the Wolves already had the stranglehold back on the game, and that was a game 7 at home. I don't care about that. You can PRA me to death. I know what the impact was. And when you combine that with his completely diabolical defense, that man is nowhere near top 10. And the reason you're pressed is because 3 years ago, listen, 3 years ago, you made the claim that Jokic is the top 10 player of all time. And
I still think he's one of the 10 best players I've ever seen.
Okay. Well, you're full of it if you think that.
As you were saying, real talk. No, I'm not real talk. I'm sorry, football. Keep going with the point that you were making. That he made. He was making the claim. That he was making the claim that he was top 10 all time.
He's a top 10 player of all time, and you can't be this top 10 when I don't think your transcendent offense hasn't been seen in the playoffs consistently enough versus these other players. And I've been saying this, and the fact that your defense is that bad. So if your defense is going to be that bad, and you never show that, you rarely show that transcendent offense in the playoffs, you to me can't be top 10. You are not scarier than a Steph Curry. If I was a coach, no coach.
Rarely?
Huh?
You said rarely?
Yes. To me, outside of 2023, the impact he has offensively, it just doesn't match up to transcendent offense. It doesn't. Hasn't. It is what it is, and the proof is in the pudding. You tell me other transcendent offensive players who can't get back-to-back conference finals, especially against inferior competition. But you want to big up your chest and huh?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Well, you know my stuff on Kevin Durant. Another player I was right about too. But y'all don't want to talk about that. Oh, okay, yeah. I stood in the face of generational PRA and stat padding because I knew what real impact looks like. I know what a genuine article really looks like. Swiper, take some notes. Maybe you can learn something about player analysis from me instead of spewing off LeBron and kitchen sink stuff. Get out of here.
Can you name some genuine articles? Can you name some of those players?
Steph Curry, LeBron James, Steve Nash. Those are some real genuine real offensive talents. That stuff is not PRA gimmick. It's not, I need, as soon as I get a shot diet that's more perimeter oriented, my efficiency falls off the cliff where I can't spam floaters, spam DHOs.
Imagine, this is what throws me off the track, and I want him to keep going, but I can't spam floaters and I can't spam DHOs. Just
Shaq,
so we clear,
another one.
Okay, so just so we clear, can you tell everybody what Jokic is more than anything?
He's a scrub. He's a
liability on defense.
100% he is that, Moss. But offensively, wait, because I know that the Joker slander, that's what y'all dudes is here for. Y'all here for blood. And I'm getting out the way of this. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to just sit here and listen to shit that doesn't make sense. Like this dude is sitting up here telling me that this dude spams floaters. First and foremost, I'm a big man. I play around that area. That's number one. DHOs, that's a part of our offense. That's what I'm supposed to do. So since when do we criticize big guys for doing big guy things?
No, I'm not criticizing. No. But the thing is, I know he's a big guy.
Okay.
Listen, chill. Be very clear. What I've been told is that he's a flawless offensive player. There's no scheme.
LeBron did say that. That is true.
I don't care. I don't care what LeBron says. He's not my God. You don't speak for me, buddy.
That I can't.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
I don't care what LeBron says. LeBron has his own views. He's his own man. I'm my own man. Just because he's my favorite player, don't mean I think everything that comes out of his mouth is gospel. No, he's not, because I think LeBron's impact goes beyond his numbers. I've seen LeBron dominate games with just passing.
I've seen Jokic do that too.
Not to the same level. Not to the same level. I'm talking about real passing. I'm not talking about game DHOs and relying on your 3-point shooters to hit tough shots.
He only relies on DHOs.
Primarily, that's a lot of his game, and when he doesn't have the rhythm game DHOs or those rim assists, which go down the playoffs, look what happens. What I'm telling you, Swiper, is that LeBron is infinitely a better playmaker than Jokic is, and always will be. Always will be.
Really quickly, Moss, because I'm a little bit older and I don't pick up stuff as fast as everybody else. What is a rim assist?
When you pass it to the ball, it's an assist, but a guy scores at the rim.
Mm-hmm. So I'm cutting to the basket.
Yeah. So cutting to the basket, I find you layup, dunk, or I pass it to you. The reason I think it's important is because shots at the rim are inherently the most valuable shots on a basketball.
Sure. Okay.
So if you're able to create those shots for your teammates at a high level, you're providing elite offensive value, typically.
And chill. Do you know what type of teams usually cut those off and get rid of those? Good defensive teams. You know where good defensive teams are usually playing in the playoffs. And you know whose rim assists go down in the playoffs because he's relying on his teammates creating advantage while he's standing still and picking his butt. Nikola Jokic. Whereas LeBron,
you don't think he created rim assists in the series?
No, not nearly as much.
It was down by 2 from his.
I remember. Let me say rim attempts. You don't think he had a lot of rim attempts in the series for his teammates?
I just don't think he was an effective playmaker.
It's a Christian Brown in a dunker spot.
They were cutting backside most of it. Like even yesterday, he was throwing it to Cam and Christian in there multiple times, and Jamal included as well.
His playmaking is just more predictable. He don't force collapses. He
collapsed on him yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually do think they had a lot of breakdowns yesterday. I actually do agree. They started collapsing too, and you can see Rudy telling his teammates to stay home because
regardless, the trend of this series and Jokic's playmaking is that you put him in tiers, you put him in conversations he didn't belong, and I tried telling you, but you want to be a condescending Jokic fan, and it's cool because you've been condescending for years, talking about Giannis's playoff foibles, talking about Embiid's playoff foibles.
Giannis has stinkers. Embiid has stinkers.
Of course they have, but why don't you acknowledge Jokic's?
I said he had a stinker.
Oh, okay. He had a stinker last year too.
He did have 2-3 stinker games in the OKC series.
Oh, okay. He had a stinker the year before too.
Which year?
Yeah, he's had a lot of stinkers.
Series were a stinker?
Yeah, he's had a lot of stinkers.
First round, I think he was at 28, 16, and 9 on 69 true shooting. And then in the second round, he was at 30, 11, and 7 on.
What year are we
60?
talking about?
He's talking about 24.
24. So that's the Wolves year?
Lakers and Wolves, yeah.
We can.
You don't think he had a stinker against the Wolves in that series?
No, he said playoffs. I'm saying I don't think he was a stinker in the playoff. He had bad games versus the Wolves.
He's always gonna. Hey. He's always gonna get.
Do you think Jokic has been a playoff dropper the last 3 years?
Not 3 years. No, not 3
years.
Okay,
see.
No.
Yes, all right, football breakdown. Yes, I appreciate you for coming up here.
No. This is the one thing, and you're not slick hand up that Houston jersey because I know what you're planning on. You're hoping that Blind blows a 3-0 lead, so you can not blow. I know you are.
How do you know this is what I'm thinking?
No, I don't, because I can. It's called gleaning. It's called deductive insight and reasoning.
You're deducting that my best player of all time.
Deducing is the word. Deducing is the word.
The 3-0.
Deducing is the word.
But what would that do? How would that make anything better for me?
So that we'll move on from Jokic.
This is going to be all summer. This is going to be the whole summer.
I know.
I hope not.
I know. Day one of Jokic's off season.
No.
We're off to a good start.
This is the last thing. This is the last thing, Ron.
Football breakdown. You have beef. You have a beef with me because of my content.
No, I don't. No. I know. I don't have a beef. I have a beef with the whole analytics community that was pushing nonsense despite clear evidence that he wasn't the player that y'all say he was. And this is the last thing I'll say.
Analytics popping up LeBron James too?
No, I don't use analytics. That's the funny thing. Listen, ask Mars how much I use advanced analytics when I talk about Bron.
How does Mars know? Mars, do you know how much you use analytics?
I mean, yeah, because we've had many conversations.
Yeah, we've had many conversations.
Okay. I didn't know
ask
that.
Real Talk. Ask Real Talk how many times I've used advanced analytics.
Ask Real Talk how much you talk to him.
Ask me, Swiper.
Okay, you can ask anyone.
I've been third in VORP in the playoffs. So.
This playoffs?
Yeah, Jokic is.
So Ron, this is the last thing I'll say, right? About how much Jokic fans ignore eye test. Oh, Cam Johnson's just as good as MPJ. He shoots this. Let's just say Cam Johnson's better.
Oh, you still think he's better than MPJ?
Yeah, he literally had a phenomenal game yesterday. Like shout to Porter. I've watched every one of Porter's playoff games.
Sky green, grass blue. Yeah.
Real funny. Yeah, let's just ignore. Yeah, they're both 40% 3-point shooters. Let's just ignore the fact that Michael Porter Jr. was hitting absurd contested shots in many of these playoff runs.
Yeah, in the Lakers series he did.
No, in timely buckets. You can have Cam Johnson. MPJ clears, but
what series are you pointing to?
Your analytics merchant, but hold that first round. No. Listen. Hold that first round loss. Hold it. Firm it. Remember it.
Well,
he will never.
I can't hold it. I didn't play on the team.
He will. You might as well, but you get paid by Denver. See y'all later.
No, I don't. Well, I get paid by a lot of different things. But shout out, yeah.
Damn, he just mic dropped you, Swiper.
Yeah, he did. Thank you for bringing him up.
Before we go anywhere else, Damo, is there anything that you want to speak on with this series, with Jokic, to Swiper, to Jaden McDaniels, to anything?
Listen, man, I don't want to beat a dead horse. I showed up a little late. That's on me. I apologize, fellas. Y'all been talking about this for so long. I know people have other things they want to talk about, so I won't go crazy. I'll just say this. 1, I'm retiring the name Baguette Biombo. Rudy has earned my respect. He is Rudy Gobert. That is Rudy. That's the first thing. Rudy he is from this day forward
more than all his DPOIs right there.
He is Rudy Gobert, the top defensive player of one of the best defensive big men in the league, hands down. Give him flowers. Yeah, the league. I'm just keeping it here. I don't want to have all these crazy jumping left and right convos. One of the best defensive bigs in the league. You can call him the second best because we know who the best is. From another Frenchman. Don't worry about that. Secondly, I'm gonna just say this. Shout out Jaden McDaniels because he did what Paul George has been trying to do his entire career: force aura, fabricate his own aura. I've heard countless quotes from Paul George trying to get his playoff aura up, and he failed every single time. J-Mac did one thing. They're all bad defenders. And he showed us every game why. They're all bad defenders. Shout out J-Mac, man. I'll just leave it there. Also, stop putting Canadian Kimba in conversations. Because earlier when Jokic was out, the conversations around Canadian Kimba were really crazy. And I was a part of it. I heard it. It did look nice. But when times got tough, when you needed him to be Jamal, he was just Canadian Kimba. So that's who we'll be from now on. We're retiring Baguette Biombo, and we are introducing Canadian Kimba. That's it. I want to talk about other stuff. I don't even want to talk about the Nuggets. We got Sniper drinking out the bag.
Many super chats? You know how many super chats we have regarding this? Like,
no.
Is this a? But
we
hold on,
either move on and then bring it back up when we read.
Ron, is this a record?
We do the super chats.
Is this a record for super chats?
Yes.
I'm not sure. I don't.
100 plus.
It's a lot, but I don't know if it's a record. But it's
that's for sure.
Yeah.
First hour and a half.
Okay.
It's up there though. It's a historic
why do you think we got
episode.
so many super chats, Mars?
Because this is a platform that has, I'll say two.
Notorious,
three.
Three. You included, brother. You don't get to escape this. You included, brother.
Sure. Okay. I'm doing fine. Three.
It's because people are tired of
the reason I don't include myself is because when I look on the timeline, that's fine. When I look on the timeline, I'm accused of being a Jokic hater by Jokic FC. So I don't know if I can be included in that, but if you think I am, cool. This is a platform that has three major Jokic propaganda pushers, and Jokic went outside. So people are going to want to see, and people want to have a lot to say about the Jokic propaganda push, and that's why there's so many super chats.
So is there any other player that can generate this reaction? You think?
Yeah. If we was on a platform with like a bunch of like Kevin Durant propagandists,
true,
in 2022, when Dell was here and KD went out how he went against Boston, a lot of people had a lot of things to say.
Yep.
Because Dell was like KD's number one supporter, and KD went outside. So yeah, that's typically how it goes. Yeah.
Can I just also throw this out there too to the people that because I've seen a couple things being said about this current environment around Jokic. This is what happens when you put him in these elite all-time great conversations. Numerically, Jokic put up some phenomenal numbers for this playoffs, but watching him, he looked bad, and we hold him to a higher expectation. You can say whatever you want about his teammates. You can say whatever about, he still played great. Imagine playing so well. Imagine being so great that this is one of your bad games. S-type things. None of that matters. Because when you hold someone to elite status and elite conversations, you judge them on that criteria. So yes, Jokic could put up a damn near 28 triple-double in a losing series, and we're going to say he's a bum. We're going to say he's trash. We're going to get on his ass. Pause. That's just going to happen.
26, 13, and 10, you're not respecting it?
No, not respecting it. Why? Because I expect more. I expect greater. Because that's what happens when you got a guy that's top 3 center of all time. Top 5 center of all time. That's what happens. You got to hold him to that standard.
Agreed.
You can't push this narrative that he's this great all-time player, but then we hold him to these standards like all the other great all-time players.
Yep.
Now it's time to make excuses.
I remember 2011 chill. Right after that, I remember because LeBron was considered the best in the world and won 3 MVPs before he won his title, mind you. And so I definitely remember the pushback and what was happening, what people were saying. I remember Dirk in 07 vividly remember Dirk. Remember Kobe going out in the first round, I think being up 3-1. I remember the conversations after that. Yeah, I mean, I think Damo's 100% right. That's why, I'm completely on Damo's side with this. 100% right. You deserve all of it.
All right, y'all. We're going to go ahead and change gears. We're going to get into these super chats. What's good, Drench?
Drench in the house.
What's up, Brody?
What up, Drenchy?
We got a ton of super chats. We've only really talked about one game. There's still 2 more games that we got to talk about. 2 good games last night, actually. Well, one was bad, but in a good way. And we're actually going to talk about that right now. The New York Knicks spanked, demolished, slaughtered, even worse than any of those words, what they did to the Atlanta Hawks last night. But we're going to usher that in by way of a $20 super chat from Cowboy Bob. Bob Solo said, good win. We all loved that game, but there's a song. Don't let it go. Don't let it go to your head now. Use this time to work and keep in focus. We beat the in-season tournament curse.
Yes, you did.
We could have used 40 points for the next series. Go New York, go.
So yeah, I started watching that game when I saw Arisa Shea start in the second half. I was like, yep, okay, GG's. That was bad. Shout out to OG Anunoby, masterclass. I don't know what he ended with because I didn't check the box score, but he had like 30. Yeah, like, did he have all of that in the first half? It felt like it.
Most of it was in the first half.
Yeah, he was ridiculous. And yeah, the Knicks just took away all of Atlanta's transition offense. And that team could not score in the half court at all. So shout out to the Knicks for a hell of a defensive game the last 2-3 games. Shout out to them for that. Yeah, they handled. That's the worst playoff loss ever, maybe? I don't know.
It's the worst I know of.
It's bad. The Chris Paul lost to, was it Denver? Really bad one time.
When he hit the three and it was up by when he cut it.
No, that's
he's
when he
talking
was
about 2009.
No, I'm talking like 09.
Yeah,
09.
They lost by 58.
They lost the game to Denver bad.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was well. I don't know what the difference in the score was, but it was like
Golden State pretty
they lost by
good.
like 60. It was bad. It's
the
the third worst. Okay.
Something like that.
It was bad.
Shout out to Mike Brown. I think Mike Brown did a great job coaching this series. I was very worried about whether he could get out coached by Quinn Snyder, but I feel like after game 3, this series flipped. To Drenchy's point, he ended up stopping their transition offense. Once they got in the half court, what they did was they sped them up in their half court, forced them into turnovers, and then the Knicks sped the game up. And now they put the Atlanta Hawks on their heels. And I think that he did, of all the things that he did, in addition to Cat being able to rebound, in addition to backdoor cuts and going to the rim, the thing that I thought was the most important, he did everything that he could to keep Jalen Brunson away from CJ McCollum. Get him away from him and keep him away from him. Anytime that they were going after him and trying to get action with McCollum and Brunson, they did everything that they could. They wouldn't switch. Mikal Bridges would fight over screens. OG Anunoby would fight over screens. These guys would actually hedge. They would help. They did everything that they could to keep Jalen Brunson on the other side of the floor. So whenever they tried to get to him, they would not let it happen. So I think that was a great job coaching from Mike Brown. And more importantly, Ron, I was out when it got to 50. But when it got to 60, I was back in off the strength that I wanted to see if they could get it to 70. That's where I was at. I wanted to see if they could blow it open. It was like when Bam got to 60 and then he got to 65. Let's see. I wasn't even watching the game anymore. I just wanted to see if he can get to 70. And when he got to 70, can he get to 75? That's how I was last night when they blew it open to 60. Can we get to 70? And then can we get to 8? That's where I was at with it.
That might be the best series I've ever seen Cat play. I think Cat was amazing the whole time. Playmaking, scoring when he got the ball, mismatch abusing, making his threes, obviously. Defensively, I think he had a good series. So shout out to Cat, amazing series. OG Anunoby, I mean, Ox has praised him more than anyone ever can. But he was fantastic in this series as well. I'm fine with giving Mike Brown credit, like shout out to him. I do just think he ultimately just had way more buttons at his disposal than what Quinn Snyder did. Quinn Snyder didn't have many things he could go to on this team. I think he kind of got out everything he could. Once you neutralize the transition game, there's nothing they can do. Jalen Johnson, it's a bad first number 1 option playoff experience for him. He needs to get in the lab, work on his game a little bit. Nikhil, seeing some of the more tight coverages, struggled in terms of like his intermediate scoring. CJ got quietened down a little bit. Dyson Daniels' lack of shooting caused some issues for them. It's just ultimately, like, no disrespect to Atlanta, they kind of just got out the most they could out of what they had. Like, I think this season was a success for them. They just, quite frankly, just weren't good enough.
Mars, I agree with that. But to be down 40-15 at the end of the first quarter is pathetic. to be down 83-36 at halftime. Hey, I'm talking about Adam Silver should have made that call. We're not playing the rest of this game.
Half the arena emptied out after I think the middle of the third
Yeah,
quarter.
I emptied out from my home. I'm good. What the hell? I'm watching this shit.
He should have said no more second half basketball.
Yeah.
We're not doing this no more.
Yeah,
Ron, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I was trying to. Damn, nigga,
Go ahead, Drench. I think you got a little bit of a lag.
But
you do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
Shit, probably so.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Oh wow.
But go ahead. We listen to you.
Just let him roll.
Whatever. Yeah, but anyways, I was trying to get my studio together, right? And I'm like, man, I gotta hurry up and get to this Knicks game. I fucking look at the score, and the score is 44-15.
No, you ain't
You
missing
out your goddamn mind.
You ain't missing nothing, Dredge.
Nah, yeah, you ain't missing nothing.
Goddamn
brother. You wasn't missing nothing, brother. Nah, it was bad.
It was 72-22, wasn't it?
Yeah. There was one point where we were getting to the halftime, and I wasn't sure that the Atlanta Hawks would get to 30. I wasn't sure that they would get to 30 points at that point. And like I said, when the Knicks went up 62, they were up 62 at one point, which I don't think I've ever seen that in my lifetime. Yeah, they were up 62. I wasn't even watching the game to analyze the game and watch action or anything like that. I was thinking, how much can they beat these guys by? Can we get it to 70? Can we get it to 75? I don't know. Can we get it to 80? That's what I was thinking.
Oh, Reese scored 8 points.
The bar is so low.
What Stephen A. Smith say?
Super low.
We don't care.
I saw because I was watching the game, and then I saw the second half start, and I saw Reese out there because obviously Dyson got ejected, and they knew the game was over. And then within 30 seconds, Reese got his shit stripped at the rim, turned the game off. I was like, "Yep, cool, we good." So everything that happened after that, I didn't see it, but I think I saw everything I needed to see in the first half anyway. So shout out to the Knicks. That's should be like a hell of a momentum booster for them going into the next series, which would be Boston, Philly, two teams that they're familiar with. Obviously, they saw Philly in 24, and then they saw Boston last year. So two teams that they're familiar with, and they've beat both of those teams.
In the same division.
Knicks are on a good little run right now.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the Knicks.
And by the way, Ox, I'm not shaking hands after that game. Let's just go. Just go. We don't need to.
Dyson Daniels had the right idea. He got out there as quick as possible.
Dyson Daniels was actually smart at what he did. There ain't no reason for me. I'm getting out of here. Nah. This is an ass whooping of epic proportion, and ain't no reason for us to still be here. Yeah, I and I'm not shaking hands not to disrespect them. Like, F you guys, more than it's just we don't even deserve to congratulate you guys. To lose by 50 in a closeout game on our home floor, no, just go. Just get out. Go.
No, I disagree. I would do it to disrespect them. This would start a whole new rivalry if I was someone that's going to be a mainstay on the Atlanta Hawks. Use this as fuel.
Rivalry.
That game was. It probably isn't as bad because, no disrespect, the teams aren't as evenly matched. But it's reminds me of when Dallas and the Suns played a couple years back in Game 7.
Yeah.
And Luka had the same amount of points as the whole Suns team at halftime.
That was holy shit.
That's that game, and then obviously, like I said, the Hornets Nuggets game from 20 years ago or whatever.
Is that the game that blew them up? Is that the game that blew up the Suns?
Smoked them dudes by like 50.
Yeah, and I remember the Suns issued their apology to their fans. Like they on social media, we apologize.
Remember the Suns were down 30 at half in back-to-back closeout games at home. Yeah, so that was
it was bad.
Terrible. All right, y'all. The next super chat is from Huncho 7612. $20 super chat. Huncho said, first 3-1 series ever where the team that's down should have won. Tell Swiper, bring his ass outside. Also, reports are the Wizards are looking to trade Anthony Davis. The Lakers mock package isn't bad. Reeves and Braun both take pay cuts. Rob Pelinka, general manager of the year. Damo?
Imagine.
I'm not gonna lie.
Oh man.
In a world where we do get AD back while keeping Luka and AR, and if Bron takes a pay cut, I will also retire the name Rob Pelican because that is 4D chess in terms of GM work.
Trading AD for Luka to get AD back a year later
and still keep Luka. That's big brain. Like that stuff you don't even see on my GM, bro. Like that's crazy. So I gotta give him that. But no, this is a bunch of hogwash. If I was the Wizards, I'd be looking to trade 82. Yeah. What do you mean? You can't say one good thing about the city or the team before you got here. Y'all seen that interview? No one talks about that. That was ridiculous. Yeah, you know, I got traded here and I was just like, it's whatever. Yeah, trade him. Get him out of here. Trae Young in the locker room being a good vet. He over here can't even give y'all a good compliment on the interview. Get him out of here. We got Alex Sarr. It's okay.
All right, Lance Trance sent through a super chat and said $20 and said, good morning, fellas. I hope you are all enjoying the Denver Nuggets funeral today. They probably won't, but just a reminder that Denver can't blow it up even if they wanted to because OKC owns their picks in 27 and 29. Rest in piss.
Damn. No, I'm saying blow it up in terms of get rid of these guys, these bums on the team, and bring in non-bums. Not blow it up and tank. But I'm trading Jamal Murray. Yeah, I'm trading Cam Johnson. I'm trading Aaron Gordon solely because he can't stay healthy. Trading Aaron Gordon. Christian Brown, please someone take him off my team. Please. Begging you. Valanciunas can go. Bruce Brown can go. Obviously Tyus and them, they're gone. Like the only player who I'm saying is still on my team next year, if it's up to me, is Nikola. Everyone else, goodbye. Everyone else. This team I'm not buying it.
Well, how long do we keep this group together, Mars, considering, everything that we've
seen? Watson. I'll keep paying Watson.
Like since 23, like when they won the NBA championship, since 23, that was 3 seasons ago. Like, how much longer do we hold on to this unit? Because this has now been a trend with Aaron Gordon not healthy in the playoffs. You moved off of MPJ for Cam, and I mean he was good, but we have a generational player in Jokic, and we're trying to win it. And it's obvious that what we're doing now, we ain't close. We're going backwards. We went from winning the NBA championship to losing in the semifinals, to getting smoked in the first round. Like, we ain't close. Which means that now we have to start looking at the group that we have. Even though we got our franchise player, we got to start looking at the group that we have and what are the pieces that we need to put around him. One of the pieces that you need to put around Joker is a defensive big because he ain't it. We got to.
I mean, Aaron Gordon is the right guy. He just can't stay healthy.
Okay, so now like, we got to move on.
I would keep Aaron Gordon. Like, Aaron Gordon is the last person on my list of trading because he's so good when he's available that you want him on your team. It's just he's never been healthy, but maybe a full off season this year allows him to come into next year healthy. So I'll keep Aaron Gordon. I'll keep Peyton Watson. I think those two defensively are good for your roster. Now that backcourt, you need someone with a better physical imposition on the game than Jamal Murray, in my opinion. You need someone who can get to the rim without a ball screen, so you don't need to involve Jokic. Jokic can be elsewhere, and he can get to the rim and collapse the defense on his own. You need that. You need someone who is also an over-the-top shot maker.
Sure.
The issue is the only players who are like that are like all NBA caliber players. Like, you're not going to find that in Ryan Rollins. So you have to probably trade Jamal Murray to get that player. Now, I don't know who that player is, but that's what I'm looking at if I'm the Nuggets. I'm looking at someone who has athletic advantage. Also, not a liability on defense would be ideal. So, like, if I'm looking through the NBA and just looking at guards in the league, I mean, you're looking at, like, if De'Aaron Fox was probably a little bit better. Tyrese Maxey would be great, but that's not happening, obviously. It's slim pickings in the NBA, I'm going to be honest.
For a guard?
Good luck, Denver.
For the guard I'm looking for. Yeah, for the guard I'm looking for.
Good luck.
That archetypal guard. I see what you mean.
I mean, yeah, a Kyrie type, but Kyrie's also in the Jamal Murray. He's better than Jamal, but he has the same flaws in terms of the athletic imposition. Maybe you could buy low on Ja Morant, but like he can't shoot, so there is the downside of that. And he's also not a very good defender. But
you don't feel like there's a guy. My fault.
No, but Ja was probably the only name that I think could maybe be that. But it's still that's a long shot, and I don't think you want to spend Jokic's prime years on a long shot. I don't think you want to do that.
No, we don't have.
You don't feel like there's a guy coming off someone's bench who, in the elevated role, could fulfill that purpose? Like, because I feel like the guards you're looking at that fill that role, you're looking at starters. You don't feel like there's a 6-man X player, somebody who's not getting their opportunity that could fulfill that role?
Not to do it at a championship level. Like, I think a guard who does like have the skill set required for those things, in my opinion, is my demon out in Milwaukee and Ryan Rollins. I think he has that skill set. But asking him to have that skill set in a championship setting, nah, I don't see that in any guards coming off the bench. Not where I'm willing to bank Jokic's prime years on it. So like maybe Jamal Murray is the best you have. Like I don't know what guards are out there that really fit the bill and would be available. Like you're not gonna get Anthony Edwards. So I don't know I don't actually know where they go for. I don't think Jamal Murray is good enough. In my humble opinion, I don't think Jamal Murray is good enough.
Mars, I'm not even too much concerned about the offense. I need keep in mind they got Peyton Watson coming back next year.
I don't know why you're not concerned about the offense though. Like this is
because
year 3 of their offense not being good enough.
No, for sure, but also like you also got to understand this. We're in year 3 of their defense not being good enough too, and so like my biggest thing is my biggest thing though is I kind of think back to the KCP run where they had KCP out there. I want to get another stout defender who can at least give me be a even on offense. Just be average on offense. If like obviously you want him to be a complete plus, you want him to be a stud on offense, but as long as you bring us a supreme defense, then that's cool. And so like I'm trying to get like somebody that can guard 1 through damn near 4, or at least 1 through 3. Because keep in mind they also got Peyton Watson coming back too. So we'll have. I don't know what Aaron Gordon's gonna be, but we'll at least have Peyton Watson that shit come back.
Low on DeJounte?
Yeah.
And I'd also call
with bias, but yes.
Because I'm not that high. I'm not that high on DeJounte, although watching him this year, he looked better than I would have thought coming off the Achilles. Mm-hmm. And I do think he has like some of this skill. Like he's an intermediate shot maker, willing passer, can find his teammates under the rim, can find Jokic, and is viable on defense. He's a better defender than Jamal Murray, obviously. Yeah. And I think even this year, like he gets after it on defense, especially now this year. I don't know. It was definitely different than what I saw in Atlanta. So like I don't think the asking price would be very high if you're New Orleans. Maybe it wouldn't take a whole lot. Like maybe you just attach some picks to Christian Brown and you can get a DeJounte or something. I don't know.
The chat is saying stuff like Mobley. Like, let's be clear about one thing, guys. These teams that are in the playoffs, they're not giving Denver any of their stars. So let's dead that logic right now.
Yeah, they're not going to help another contender.
They're not doing that. So let's dead that right now. Ron, can I interest you? Can I nudge you if I'm Denver? If I called you up? Because number one, I don't think that your guy that you're looking for. I think he's in college, and I think he's an adult, and I think he's an impact player that could come in and help you right now as a defender. I don't know who that dude is, but I think he's in college.
I was like, who you think? I don't know who he is. I just know he exists somewhere.
I do. No. But I think he's in college, and I think he's in the mid. I don't think he's playing major Division I basketball because those guys are kids. I think he's a mid-major player.
You got that buddy from Michigan. What's his name? Yaxel.
Yeah.
He like 23.
He's not going to be
a really good player.
Yes, he's awesome. But I'm looking for an adult. But Ron, I was wondering if I could interest you. Would you call up Phoenix and check their temperature on Ryan Dunn? See how they're feeling about him these days?
Hell yeah. And here's the thing.
For what? Why y'all making it seem like that's just the only thing? Like, as long as you got that big motherfucker in the middle that don't play no defense, you're going to have the same fucking problems. I don't give a fuck who you put around.
We're trying to solve that problem right now.
No, but my thing is, I don't think Denver can afford one-way players.
No, they can't.
But Ryan Dunn is a one-way player. His one way is just on defense. But he's a bad offensive player. I think Denver need a roster full of two-way players. They need guys who can be playable on offense and defense. Right now, they have a bunch of one-way players, in my opinion. When Aaron Gordon is unavailable and Peyton Watson is unavailable, Christian Brown's a no-way player for real, but we'll call him a one-way player because he's meant to be a good defender. Jamal Murray is a one-way player. It's offense and no defense. Jokic is a one-way player. It's offense and no defense. Cam Johnson, shout out to him. He's the closest thing to a two-way player they have, and he's like passable on defense. But they don't have legitimate players who are good on offense and good on defense. The only ones they have is Aaron Gordon and Peyton Watson when his shots falling. Those are the only two they have, and that's problematic. I don't think you can keep fielding teams where your lineups are either heavily leaning offensively or heavily leaning defensively. I don't think that's viable. That's why I'm not that high on Cleveland's either. But like, you can't afford these type of rosters, in my opinion. Your players need to be able to play both sides of the ball. Denver don't have that.
But that's the league that we live in. We live it. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Damo.
I was just going to ask, because I know you just said you don't want one-way players, but the guard you were looking at, again, seeing like one-way players, could I, again, speaking of guards coming off the bench, could I offer you Andrew Nembhard? I'm sorry, it's Andre. Andrew Nembhard. Do you feel like he can be elevated in a bigger role?
It's a long shot. Yeah, it's a long shot.
Or is he worth it? I know you say you don't want to risk Jokic's prime. Is he worth it?
It would depend on the price. Like, if you're not having to give up anything substantial, like if you're, who do the Nuggets have on their roster that I can like?
I feel like, especially with the new
if all it takes is like a Zeke, Najee, Julian Strawther, and picks.
Yeah, I'm going to say,
yeah, I would.
With
how
the lottery system's coming up in the future, I mean, picks are way more valuable now. So you can get away with Christian Brown and Zeke, Najee. Throw a pick or two. You can get you Andrew Nembhard.
Nobody wants.
I would check the price.
Andrew Nembhard that's a big splash to me, Damo.
I would check the price. I don't think the
Christian Brown too sorry for that shit though.
Yeah, but Christian Brown to me is a negative asset. I think you have to attach Christian Brown's to get a team to take him. You have to attach picks to Christian Brown. Like, he's making $20 million next year. Yeah, but that doesn't mean you get a good player back. I'm saying he's a salary dump. You have to attach picks to get off of him, not to get off of him and bring a good player back. In my opinion, like, we saw this. The defense is fake, and the offense is untenable. And he's making $20 million. Like, I don't know what teams are going to take that. And it's a long-term 20. Like, it goes up. It's 125 guaranteed. I think it was they signed him for. Like, come on, you're paying him for the next 5 years. Like, I don't know if a team's willing to trade for that. He might just be on the roster for the foreseeable future.
Denver can burn the hell.
So, shout out to Christian Brown's agent. Like I said, but goddamn, that's bad. I'm trading Cam Johnson and Valanciunas for sure. But they should just let Valanciunas go overseas. Or Valanciunas didn't even want to be there. They should have just let him go. I don't know why they did all of that.
He's on a team option, so he'll be gone anyway.
Yeah, Valanciunas gone. So Jokic can stay. Gordon can stay. Cam Johnson, I'm trading you. Expiring contract, we might be able to get something of value back. Valanciunas is gone because of a team option. Zeke Najee is still somehow on this team. He'd be gone for me, but whatever. Christian Brown would be gone. Peyton Watson, I'm extending him, but not on no Christian Brown contract. Hopefully they've learned. I'm extending him though. Deron Holmes can still be there next year. Hopefully he can contribute next year. Strawther, I'm fine with Julian Strawther. He doesn't make enough to be consequential. Tim Hardaway can go just because of his age. I think he had a good year though, but Tim Hardaway can go. Bruce Brown can go. Jalen Pickett can for sure go. And then I'm bringing Spencer Jones back because I think Spencer Jones is a good player.
I like him too.
Damn, you just named all them guys that Swiper said was playable. Now all of a sudden they got to fucking go.
They still play.
Well, I think Cam Johnson was playable.
Yeah, Cam was good.
I don't think Cam Johnson was bad. I don't think Cam Johnson had a bad year. I think Cam Johnson is a fine player. I think you can trade him and upgrade.
Yeah.
Valanciunas, I never believed in. I've never been Valanciunas FC. I don't.
I'm not.
Yeah, I don't like Valanciunas that much.
I never was either, Mars. I'm right with you, Mars.
Zeke Najee, I didn't believe in. Christian Brown, haven't believed in all year. Peyton Watson, very good player. Give Peyton Watson his credit. Deron Holmes, we haven't seen anything from him. And then everyone else is like, Tim Hardaway had a very productive year for the Nuggets this year. So I'm not going to.
What he does, by the way.
Yeah, Tim Hardaway had a very
that boy was shooting the hell out of that ball.
What he does.
Bruce Brown was another player. I haven't been that high on Bruce Brown, so it's like, I guess. And then Spencer Jones.
The one that jumped off a platform?
Yeah, the better athlete than Russ. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. Trade all these dudes, man. Trade all of them. Keep Jokic. Go draft Baba Miller at the end of the first round, and then reassess in free agency.
It's a big.
All right, y'all.
Damo, they ain't close.
It's a big.
We're not close, Damo.
Fellas. But before we dive deeper into the Nuggets offseason, because we'll get to the Nuggets. We are going to actually stick with the Nuggets, but we're going to change gears and talk about something else. Teddy Hart, a Hall of Famer, sent through $20 and said, man, fuck Denver. Needed them to challenge the San Antonio Spurs. Now the San Antonio Spurs sleepwalk into the Western Conference Finals. The Wolves have no shot. But what gives them the best chance? ? Think you focus on shutting down role players and make Wemby beat you solo. Let them get 40 plus as long as they lose. What do you think?
It's not even how the Spurs play.
That's not going to happen.
I've never even really thought about that series yet. I don't know.
It's not possible because Wemby is such a great player. He only cares about winning. You're not going to force him to get 40 and beat you.
I'm gonna tell you the truth about their guards, though. Their guards, San Antonio guards, gonna have to make shots. If they don't make shots, Minnesota gonna beat their ass. I'm telling you right now. Like if they don't make shots, because how aggressive Minnesota is, they're going to beat their ass. Watch what I tell you. Man, sometimes San Antonio, yes, because Minnesota guards can make shots and they so aggressive and they put pressure on you and they try to, sit down and slide with you. Like the game, it's just gonna boil down to, can the Spurs guards make jump shots? If they can't make jump shots and De'Aaron Fox don't come out like the De'Aaron Fox he's supposed to come out, you're going to see the same shit happen. The same shit that happened to Denver, you're going to see the same shit because Jaden McDaniels can guard everybody on that team besides Wemby.
Now that's fair, but what we're not going to see is them just being attacked for being bad defenders. That will be that's going to be the biggest difference in this series. We're talking about a hobbled Minnesota team. Like the players that they don't got, they're not about to come back at 100%. They're still going to be hobbled. They're not going to be fully who they're supposed to be, which is fine. They're showing you they still have guys that can step up. This is still a dangerous team.
Monday,
I'm
I
sure.
think, or Tuesday. Monday or
Monday?
Tuesday.
Hopefully Io can be right by then.
But
you need Io for sure.
Even them coming back, them trying to attack those,
but I don't.
Them trying to attack that Spurs defense, how they attack that Minnesota defense. Whirlwind.
Oh yeah, that's not on the table.
That's not going to happen.
So Jaden McDaniels put 28 alien down there. Yeah,
Jaden McDaniels is going to be phenomenal on defense.
Yeah, for sure.
That shit he was pulling off against the Nuggets, it shouldn't work. Now if he go out there and he start busting ass, hey, he's different. All power to him. That's my guy. But
he gonna bust ass though. But he gonna.
No, I'm not
bust
saying
ass,
he a good mid-range shot maker. It's a rude awakening to go from Jokic rim protection to Wemby rim protection 3 days later.
For sure,
that's a
big
adjustment.
But Mars, I will say this though about Minnesota going up against San Antonio. The way that they put pressure on Denver was just nonstop. First of all, just being aggressive while guarding them. Minnesota has the guards that I think that can make the Spurs guards a little bit uncomfortable and not have them shots as easy as it was when they was playing against Portland. God forbid they try to play that dumbass defense and Stephon Castle make fucking 3 threes because that shit is just dumb after a while. But the fact that you can be physical with them, and Minnesota's a very physical team, and they built up a reputation. Because Chill is dumb because if he hit 1 or 2, just get out that fucking defense.
So we're making a young non-jump shooter in Stephon Castle. We're making a young non-jump shooter make shots in the playoffs. That's not dumb. No, it's not.
But they don't even play like that.
Yeah, it is dumb because
that's a better option than
if he knows he's not going to get guarded, he's going to shoot it. He's not going to hesitate to shoot it. He's going to shoot it if he knows he's not going to get guarded.
They wanted to.
But Castle's one of the best guards at attacking closeouts in the league, though. Like he's going to drive. I think that's really what it is.
Yeah, but his drives weren't that successful against Portland, so I'm still fine putting Rudy on Stephon Castle. I'm fine with that personally. But the issue I'm running into is Jaden McDaniels can't be everywhere at once. The Nuggets have one ball handler. They have Jamal Murray.
No.
The Spurs have 3. So if Jaden McDaniels is picking up De'Aaron full court,
right,
you just now allow Stephon Castle to bring the ball up, and now Jaden McDaniels is out of that possession. And if Dylan Harper's in the game and they have 3 guards, and you have Jaden McDaniels and let's say Io, so Jaden McDaniels is on De'Aaron, Io is on Stephon Castle. You now have Dylan Harper bringing the ball up against who?
Mars, allow me to introduce you to Mr. Uncle Mike Conley. How are you, sir? Nice to meet you. Yes, sir. I haven't been around for a while. I know I haven't been around for a while, but their offense looks a lot calmer with him in it. It doesn't look nearly as chaotic
against the Nuggets defense.
Yeah. Oh, sure, 100%, Damo. It does. However, I feel like with him with Mike Conley on the floor, with their offense being calmer, I think guys can think a little bit more, as opposed to Drench's point, which me and him are on the same page with this. When your guard has to do everything, now these guys aren't in position to be scorers like they can be, as opposed to when you got a floor general like Mike Conley on the floor, pointing guys in the direction that they need to be in, putting guys in the right space. Then my offense is calmer. I got guys in better positions to score.
Chilltown, I can't wait for.
But Chill at the same time too. Like at the same time, if going back to Mars's point about the defense, they don't have to be locked down defenders. They just have to be pesky defenders. Like they just have to be able to disrupt them and don't just leave the door wide open. Like they don't have to be locked down. They just gotta be something on defense. And I think Minnesota has a good collection of guards that can do that. Whether some people want to say this guy's a bad defender or he's not a good defender or not, it's not even about that at this point. You are who you are, but can you give the effort and can you tire them out? And I think Minnesota can do that with going up against the Spurs.
I just feel like if Mike Conley is the player we're relying on to be the guard, the adult in the room.
As a ball handler, Damo. That's it. As a ball
that's
handler.
absolutely fine. But if he's out there to handle the ball, that means he's out there to play defense. And I'm telling you this now, Chilltown. In 3 years, when he is retired, he's going to go on a podcast and pull a Jeff Teague and talk about the time where them young boys in San Antonio made him realize he needed to retire. Because man, oh man, again, if they run that 3-guard lineup, who are you putting Mike Conley on? Because regardless, it's barbecue chicken on the other end. You either getting drove on and hit with the nicest slow step by Stephen Conley.
I do too.
I think he's just older.
Yo.
I love Mike Conley. I think he's just older. And
I think Mike Conley has been pleasantly surprising in that last series, and I want to give him full credit for that. Shout out to him.
I think that's just because it was.
I think this series is very different in terms of the speed of it, in terms of the guards not letting him quote unquote off the hook. Like I understand Drench's point, but I watched the Thunder try and apply ball pressure to these 3 guards, and they lived at the paint. They lived at the rim. Like, it's easier to apply ball pressure on bigger wings who have to pick up their dribble and aren't as comfortable navigating traffic. These are 3 legitimate guards. You apply ball pressure, and they all have elite athleticism first steps. They can break that, get 2 feet in the paint. Now Rudy's collapsing. We're kicking out to a Champagne. We're kicking out to a Wemby, whatever the case may be. And now, are they going to make shots? We'll see. But these guys, in my opinion, have shown me all year that they can break ball pressure. They can break traps. They can. And will it tire them out?
Maybe, I also want to say this.
On the young players getting tired out. I don't know.
You put Mike Conley,
but I also want to say this
on Stephon Castle.
Go ahead.
If you're gonna play off somebody, right? Like how y'all was saying, you play off Steph Castle, then that's who Mike Conley guards. Mike Conley guards him and gives him that 3-4 foot gap. You know what I'm saying? Just guard.
Steph can still eat that space.
Do you know what Stephon Castle would do to Mike Conley?
I'm saying that's who. That's
what
who
is he going to do?
I'm cool with Stephon Castle taking that matchup.
You think Jamal Murray better than? You think Jamal Murray is better than Castle?
You mean Canadian Kimba?
No.
Yes, Canadian Kimba.
I don't think Stephon Castle is better than Jamal Murray. No.
Yeah,
Jamal Murray is better than Stephon Castle still to this day.
Yeah.
But what does that got to do with Mike Conley though?
Stephon Castle has things that Jamal Murray doesn't in terms of physical imposition.
Okay,
chill. Mike Conley wasn't guarding Jamal Murray though.
Amen Thompson is not better than Jamal Murray. Amen Thompson is not better than Jamal Murray.
Sure.
I can assure you, Mike Conley does not want to see Amen Thompson.
From an athletic standpoint,
because that guy is 6'7" and can zoom right by me, lower his shoulder, and I'm back here.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm not better than you, but I'm a better matchup for you.
Sure.
Because you don't rely on speeds and athleticism to win. You're going to rely on tough shot making. If I can move my feet any sort of way, I can stay up, contest high. If you make a shot, tip my cap. Stephon Castle and Amen Thompson, it's not that. It's I'm eating up that ground. I'm lowering my shoulder. I'm stronger than you. And my second jump is better than you. Yeah, that's not about skill at that point. I'm not going to
argue that point. He's going to
have help. I'm not going to argue that point. I think that's a great point. But Mars, I think that's a great point. However, I am older. I am a little smarter. And with me being older and me being smarter, I know that I cannot out physical you. So I do know that as a defender, Mike Conley actually looked viable in this series. So what I'm going to do with Stephon Castle, I'm going to take angles. I'm not going to crowd him at the long ball line. I'm not going to get up underneath him because he's going to blow my doors off. Absolutely. What I'm going to do is to your point, I'm going to come up to him slowly. I'm going to close out slowly. So I do have more ground to cover when he tries to blow by me. I do have angles that I can get to when he tries to get to those spots. I do know how to get to that. I can't out physical him because I'm older now. And I know for a fact that if I try to do that, to your point, I'm going to get dump trucked. So I don't want to do that. What I do want to do is I want to force him into tougher shots. I want to force him into shots that he's not comfortable making. And as an older guy who's been more seasoned, I think that I can do that.
Chill. He's not. Mike Conley's not slow.
By the way,
he's not as fast as he was when he was 27.
I mean,
of course not. But he's not. Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's like but the thing about it is with Mike Conley, he's one of those guys that's smart enough to understand. Like Chill said, I'm not really closing out. Like I'm respecting you and getting there. But mind you, I don't think that's like That's the best matchup for the question that was answered. What does Mike Conley do on defense? Who guards this guy? I think Mike Conley guards Stephon Castle. I think he plays off him. I think he beats him to spots by taking better angles, pulls the chair, takes charges. He's not banging, matching that physicality, but Mike Conley's also not weak either. So it's like when you're old enough, you understand. I get in the way. When he tries to bump me, I pull the chair. When he tries to bump me, I take charges. When he tries to bump me, I ride with the young fella and wait for Rudy to come over the top. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be help defense. There's things like that. So obviously, I'm not saying Mike Conley locks Stephon Castle. I don't think I said that at all. I'm saying that's who Mike Conley guards when he's out there with those guys. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a fine matchup.
I would have assumed Champagny, but maybe I don't know.
Well, if it's Champagny out there with him, then yeah, that's a good matchup.
Are you guys putting Rudy on Wemby?
Yes, I think that's his matchup.
Well, it just depends. Just depends on how Wemby's shooting. Rudy's guarded. I mean, to be fair, Rudy's guarded Wemby more than anybody else probably ever in the world right now because they've been playing each other for a long time. Just depends on what they're going to try to deploy. Julius Randle, J-Mac can take that matchup at times. Terrence Shannon Jr. can take that matchup at times just because that's just kind of the lower body strength thing. It just depends. They'll probably roll him off Julian Champagny and then and Castle as well. They'll just vary up their coverages like most people do. But Wemby's just going to see a lot of bodies, a lot of hands. And it might be better, actually, to put a smaller player on Wemby. And then on the other end, that way Rudy is like kind of operating off the ball. If Wemby can't beat you to a spot, then, you know, it's going to have a difficult time shooting.
I see where you're going with this too, Mars. And I mean, it does make sense because Wemby, with the ability to handle the basketball, and on top of that, his movement off the basketball when he's coming off of screens and DHOs and things like that, because he can do that, no doubt about that. And I'm dragging Rudy away from the basket, so that takes that paint presence away from them defensively. However, what I want to do with Wemby is I want him to be a jump shooter. And I do think that I can recover. I want him to be a jump shooter. And I do think that I can recover as a defender to, one, rebound the basketball. And two, when he does do that, I think that I could back off of him a little bit more because he will get off the ball and get those other guys to drive. And I can be in position to defend as opposed to if I'm crowding him at the long ball line, it's going to be a problem.
But what do you do? And this is why I think, and this is not a Wemby's better than Jokic thing, so no one take it that way. But one thing that is like different is if Rudy's guarding, because what Rudy was comfortable doing with the Jokic matchup is contesting late on threes and whatnot. Because if Jokic pops, we can get out there, we can recover. But with Wemby, if Rudy's willing to help on the drives of a DR and whatever, Wemby doesn't need to stay back there. He can cut behind Rudy helping. And now he's getting dump offs for dunks. Sure. Jokic doesn't have that athleticism aspect to his game. Yep. So he's not as comfortable cutting behind the help. Whereas Wemby is, and I think you saw it at times even in the Portland series, where his teammates would drive and he's spotted up, but then he just cuts from the slot. And you've either got a lob, a putback opportunity, or he's right there for a dump off and he's dunking the ball.
Sure.
And now you have Rudy as a roamer off of Wemby, but it's not just conceding threes, it's actually conceding dunks, which is why I'm on the side of I'm putting Randle on Wemby and I'm having Rudy on Castle, Jaden McDaniels on De'Aaron Fox. That's the matchups I'm starting with at least. And then we'll see where we go from there. Because I think Randall's done a good job guarding Wemby historically. His physicality, the fact that he can get up under him, all of the stuff that we spoke about with bigger wings, all of that stuff. And if Randall only has one responsibility, like you never have to play help defense. Every situation, you're just staying attached to Wemby at all times. You're bumping him when he tries to cut so he can't catch lobs. You're staying attached to him if he sets a screen. You're just going to ask, you're asking Jaden to navigate. You're not even showing on the screens. Rudy's going to be behind anyway. Like if you ask Randall to do that, I think he can do that. And I think that's how you take out Wemby's impact out of the series as much as possible. Now he might get in foul trouble. I don't know what that looks like, but I'm not putting Rudy on Wemby. And it's not because I don't think Rudy can guard Wemby. I think he can, but I think Rudy roaming off of the non-shooters impacts the Spurs offense as a whole more.
From a schematic.
Yo, chill. I'm gonna step in because we'll talk about this series on Monday. We'll love to talk more about this series, but we still have things that we got to talk about from last night and for today. And you guys have sent through 1 million super chats, so I want to make sure I respect your money. Teddy Hart sent through another $50. Shout out to Teddy. He is a Hall of Famer. One thing about being a Hall of Famer, to everybody that's in here, as you've seen Football Breakdown pulled up earlier because he's a Hall of Famer, you could do that every Friday on the panel if you're a Hall of Famer. We have another Hall of Famer that's going to be pulling up here very soon. He can do that because he's a Hall of Famer. But Teddy Hart sent through a super chat and said, if Miami blows it up, how do you feel about Jokic and Bam front court pairing?
Oh, even if Miami does blow it up, Bam is not on the table. No, he's not.
Yeah,
sure.
I would love Bam. For me, the ideal front court partner for Jokic is Jaren Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, Bam has always been my, the apple of my eye in terms of who I would like to see at the 4. So, I mean, I've been saying this for going on 4 years now, but it's probably not going to happen. I think Evan Mobley's going to be up. And the reason why I'm kind of on the other side of that, I think I talked to somebody that works with the team. They love him, but I think the issue with Evan, if they don't get out of this Raptor series or if they get dealt again in the second round and Evan Mobley is just doing the same thing that he's doing now.
You think he getting moved?
Well, I mean, there's a world where
Evan Mobley?
Yeah, there's a world where he does. Because I just don't think he's I think he's an extremely, extremely flawed player, even though he has some really, really good upside. But I do think that's where we're at.
Extremely
he
flawed?
does. Yeah, I mean, for sure.
I would
yeah, that's not a diss.
Like
that's not a diss either.
The flaws that we're talking about, as good of a player as he is, the flaws, where are they?
There are noticeable gaps in effectiveness between him and Scotty Barnes, for instance, like noticeable gaps.
Mm-hmm.
Scotty can actually be the initiator and the hub for your team.
Sure.
I think he's proving that. I think Evan is purely at this point, he is a third.
I think he's a play finisher. I think he's a
release valve
more than he is a guy.
That's all he is. He's a release valve.
Running the offense.
I don't think he's that great of a play finisher. This is where the flaws come.
Yeah, right.
Evan Mobley is an amazing defender who offensively is just not that good, in my opinion. And I don't know how, because Cleveland committed to 200 plus, right?
225.
It's a lot of money to pay someone with the flaws that I think Evan Mobley has, which is why I can understand why Swiper's saying he's heard that they might be willing to move him. I probably wouldn't move him personally, but when you're paying someone that much money and they're as limited offensively as they are,
yeah, and then defensively, respectfully, the Evan Mobley chill. We did the thing with Jokic and off, and defensively, if you look at the last couple of series they played, he hasn't really had much of an impact. Respectfully. Like, I think if you look at last year, obviously versus the Pacers, nowhere to be seen, dealt with injuries too. Like, it's mixed. It's a mixed bag. I think obviously then you had the run before where there was no Jared Allen. He had a good series relatively versus the Celtics, but obviously it was what it was. And then you have this year. Again, I think they get out of this series chill because the Raptors are hurt. But that's only because the Raptors are like dealing with these level of injuries and stuff right now.
I did not want of all the series that I said to you guys, this Toronto team, I didn't want nothing to do with them. I'm on record saying that.
Yeah.
I didn't want anything to do with them. I thought that they were going to be a huge problem,
and
they are. But to Damo's point, I think Damo said this about Anthony Davis, and I say the same thing about Evan Mobley. I think Evan Mobley is a defender who can score. Now, he's got some limitations as a bucket getter. That's stuff that he needs to work on. But his forte is he's a defender. He's a rim protector. He's a defender at the rim. I mean, that's who he is ultimately. And I think that he's from where he is today to when he first showed up, I think it's night and day. I think he's gotten much better as an offensive player. I think he's gotten much better as a bucket getter and a scorer. And I do think that there's more there. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to make him into something that he's not. He's a defender who can score. That's who he is. He's not a scorer who can defend. Those two things are not the same.
All right, fellas. The next super chat is from Brian Cook. Brian Cook said, why couldn't the best scorer in the league save the Nuggets in the fourth quarter of an elimination game? Swiper, would Shea or Steph fail like this?
Steph has multiple fourth quarters.
Steph was sent home by Jalen Green, so, you know.
Yeah, well, even in his prime, Steph had a lot of stinkers in the playoffs, respectfully. So I just
Steph I think Steph's a bad example just because of the volatility of his game based on like the 3-point shot. But like,
and he hasn't been good at
do you still think Jokic is a better scorer than Shea? It doesn't need to be a whole segment.
I don't think in the playoff this year at all he did that at all. So I think Shea has even his last year, I think he was like a +10 versus Phoenix. I think last year there was a legitimate argument, regular season obviously as well, but not this Jokic post December. No, like I just think he's just proven there's too many issues right now, and I don't think he looks as confident either. He doesn't look as confident in the scoring as he used to.
I love that I've lived long enough to see history be rewritten and people forget. Man, oh man, I remember them Steph Curry conversations. Steph Curry in the fourth conversations, I remember them. I remember
to be
them
fair,
combos.
they still do exist. Like I'll see every once in a while. Just reminding you, Steph Curry has never hit a go-ahead shot in the finals or whatever it is. Go-ahead shot in the playoffs. Whatever the stat is, he's 0 of 23 or whatever on this specific shot. And then you'll find the clip. It's like, oh, he hit the shot with 24 seconds, but the actual stat is with 23 seconds. So he's actually never done it. It's like, oh, okay, I guess cool. Oh, this shot was actually just to tie the game when he hit that three. So it doesn't count because it wasn't a go-ahead.
Oh, no. I remember. Yeah. I just love getting super chats like, oh, is he Steph or Shea in the fourth? You don't even remember what it was like for Steph in the fourth. Man.
Steph was the OG. What Jokic is going through now, Steph went through 10 times worse in 2016, by the way. Like 10 times worse. You would go, I remember this vividly because this was child Mars. You would go on a random YouTube video. It has nothing to do with basketball. Friendly reminder, Steph Curry blew a 3-1 lead. That will be in the comment section. And that's on a random YouTube video that has nothing to do with basketball. And you'll see it everywhere, 2016, everywhere. Steph Curry blew a 3-1 lead in the finals. Or the Warriors blew a 3-1 lead. You'll see it everywhere. And that was what Steph was dealing with for so long. So, what Jokic is going through right now, Steph went through so much worse in 2016. And then obviously KD joined the team and made it like 10 times worse for him. So, you know.
All right, the next super chat I got is from Desmond Primus. Said, didn't LeBron get outplayed by Jason Terry in 2011 in the prime of his career? We've seen something like this from an all-time great player before. Jokic definitely deserves criticisms, but we gotta relax.
I want to say, it's not a relax. I think he deserves.
There's plenty of people who say that series from LeBron is why he can't be the GOAT. And that was 15 years ago.
There's a lot of people that are saying what they're saying about Joker. I don't mind anything that has to do with the series, especially. It's nothing to me. Like that, you should criticize people like that. But I distinctly remember the LeBron talks in 2011. Like I distinctly remember how they were talking about Dirk. I distinctly remember Kobe when he lost without Shaq. I remember all that. I remember KG in 2004. Like I remember the conversation. So all of these people have all had these points in their career. Unfortunately, like it's what it is. It's just the name of the game. If you're in the league for 10 plus years, you're more than likely going to have these runs. You're not going to find any player. You're not going to find any player that's gone to the playoffs a bunch of times that doesn't have a bad series. You're not going to find anybody in the top 10 players that didn't have a bad playoff series. That's not something that you're just going to find from people that play a lot of basketball. They're going to have bad games. They're going to have bad series. Shit, some of them are going to have bad seasons. Let me look at my what I'm trying to say is this shit has nothing to do with this series. Nikola Jokic doesn't belong in LeBron James conversations regardless.
Even if he did get busy.
Regardless, well, like if they could have cooked the Nuggets right here, he could have did whatever he did. In LeBron, we could talk about 2011 LeBron. We could do whatever. We could talk about Jason Terry, JJ Barea, Jason Kidd, Sean. We could talk about what they did to LeBron. He does not belong in LeBron James conversations.
You just don't think he's that caliber of player.
It's not what I think. It's a fact.
Oh yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's not.
It's a fact.
I feel the same way. I'm just confirming.
He's not that level of basketball player. He never has been, and he never will be. But that's okay because it's LeBron James. This Wayne Gretzky of basketball does not belong in LeBron James conversations. The guy that has solved basketball does not belong in LeBron James conversation.
So you're saying Wayne Gretzky doesn't belong in Sidney Crosby convos? I agree.
Alexander Ovechkin, never heard of him, Ron?
Connor McDavid right now, the perpetual loser who's called the best player in the world.
Ever heard of him, Ron? Alexander
Don't
Ovechkin?
know of him.
Matter of fact, I wish Connor McDavid played in the NBA because the way that y'all talk about these dudes, if Connor McDavid played in the league right now, as many trophies as he's won, and he's run 0 rings, he would be the most slandered player of all time.
I don't even know who that is.
I'm about to say, y'all lost me.
Best player.
Y'all lost me.
Yeah, he's considered the perpetual best player in the league for several years now, and he hasn't won anything with Edmonton.
Chilltown, what was the conversation?
He should get better. He should get better.
When Jordan came back and lost to the Magic, what was the conversations around Jordan? I just want to ask.
That next year they're going to do it. He's going to be better. That was the conversation.
Oh, damn, is it? There was no, he's done? Like, there was no...
Mm-mm.
See, Jordan just had the whole league just wrapped around his finger.
When they get him back,
there was no damn 23 ain't got it no more.
They did question it 100%. They did question like, yo, does he still have it? Maybe, but it wasn't. He was over. Jordan sucks. It was like, no, Let's see what happens next year when he comes back fully healthy. He only came back with 17 games left in the regular season. We'd much rather.
Oh yeah, I was caping. Man, we done with the 90s, man.
Yeah, well, because he just came back. He just came back from playing baseball.
I'm answering your question, Damo. You asked me a question, brother. I'm answering your question,
man,
brother.
MJ got him,
he
man.
Came back.
MJ beyond bad PR. He beyond bad PR.
Well, because he had already proved he was the best before he left. You know what I'm saying? He just came back from playing baseball. Because everybody already knew what time it was. That's why. Because he had proven. No, it's how good MJ had to be. You know what I'm saying? It was like that.
Two things can be true. He could be like that, and the era was weak, man.
Whatever. I call it what you want. Jordan was like.
I could never.
See, that's the thing about it is there shouldn't even be a conversation. You know why? Because we're talking about the GOAT, and right now we're talking about Nikola Jokic. These two niggas ain't nowhere close to each other. They're nowhere close to each other.
MJ can three-peat, retire, watch another man go repeat back-to-back champion. And then MJ loses that year while Hakeem is going back on his back-to-back championship run. And no one is like, damn, Hakeem might be better than him. No one's thinking that.
No conversations.
Why would you think that? Like, why would you think that, Damo?
Because you're not cheap. Because the game changes and elevates, and these players are great, and that is a sign.
In 18 months,
slander. Yes,
slander. Yeah, 18 months.
That much slander.
Yeah, get the fuck on. So weird.
Man, that was the cult of basketball. Man, Jordan had y'all in a cult back then. This is crazy.
See, sometimes Colts get bad names, Damo. You know what I'm saying? There's some Colts, Damo, you might want to join. You know what I'm saying? They might got a good thing going on over there. You know what I mean?
I was 100% in that cult. The only reason why Olajuwon is what he is because Jordan retired and he came back late, and I was definitely in that, no doubt. And to take it a step further, when they were losing to the Detroit Pistons year after year, just so you know, the logic wasn't that they're just better. The logic was next year they're getting better.
Well, but chill. To be fair,
that was the logic.
Chill, but there were multiple articles.
What it was, Damo, it was the process. The Detroit Pistons had to go through this with the Boston Celtics. The Bulls got to go through this with the Detroit Pistons. It wasn't, they ain't good enough. And no, next year they're going to do it. Next year they're getting better. No, it was never.
No, chill. Well, to be fair, though, there were multiple people that were writing articles about Jordan saying he was a scorer that was never going to win.
All he wanted to do was score.
They said that even after the playoff, they said that he was a scorer that was never going to win. So people did think he was like, some people, Skip Bayless, by the way, is one of the main ones that said he was overrated in the 1980s before he
Thank you, Skip. Thank you, Skip.
Skip is just a generational hater, generation after generation after generation.
Premium hate.
Come on.
Love that. Now, look. Now, actually, I take that back because now you over here. I can't lose in these shoes. You're a bum. I take that back. I take all my praise back.
But all right, fellas, as you guys can see, I brought our resident New York Knicks fan up here, Cowboy Bob. Cowboy, I want to hear you talk about this game. I'm going to usher you in by way of a super chat from CKF9210. Said, shout out to the Knicks last night. Every player on the Knicks scored. Tibbs could never. Number 2, the Knicks beat the Hawks at their own game, 29-3 in transition. Number 3, Anne Hathaway needs to be at every game. Number 4, we broke the NBA Cup curse. Cowboy Bob, talk to us, man. How you feeling?
Man, I feel happy. I'm glad we won. I mean, 51 points is a lot, but like I said, don't let it go to your head. No, that's the song I was referring to. We got to stay focused, man. This is what I've been talking about. Chill. Yep, chill. Remember when I told you about Cat's struggles on offense? You was like, you don't see it. Now you see it. He's not even doing this with more than 10 shots, even 13. Like, this is ridiculous. He hasn't gotten off. Bridges hasn't gotten off. Hart hasn't been gotten off, but his defense stepped up. And the funniest part is nobody talks about how we as a Knicks organization actually use Brunson and Cat to defend. Oh yeah, go ahead and sleep, Dom. Go. Yeah, this isn't for you. This is the educated class on how to hide defenders that don't know how to play defense. So what you do is you have Brunson and Josh Hart attack in the front. They pressure the ball handler the second they get the ball. So when we were playing against Atlanta, they couldn't get any fast break points. That's what we were doing. The second, whoever was closest to that ball, basic basketball. You stop them, slow them down. Everyone else was able to get back on defense and also slow down and get into transition to prevent them from scoring. Hell, there was game 4, where they didn't get their first their first fast break point until the fourth quarter. Stuff like this is how you do it. And what you do with Brunson is you have them attack at the front, pressure the ball hard, and then you have your two wings and OG and Bridges be able to come in and take over. A lot of you guys don't like that, but I'm going to give you an example. On a fast break, Kuminga was running down the court in game 5. He had a wide open lane. Brunson moved out of position. OG came over, picked the ball long enough to where Mikal Bridges can steal the ball and they go back in transition. You having these wings not playing face-on defensive at the top of the key to where if they get burnt, the back end is exposing them. That's what Tibbs was doing. Tibbs was putting the best defenders up front as opposed to the weak defenders up front. Sorry, my fault. Forgot I'm at work.
He on his break. He on his break right now. Relax. He's on his break right now.
Yeah, shout out to my man's working, bro. W work.
But there's so much more that the Knicks do that I keep telling people. That's not me. That's not
what the hell is going on in New York right now? Hey, what's going on in New York, dog?
Keep going because you're on his break right now. You gotta get back to work soon.
Ron, you're welcome, by the way.
To it because when you look at Cat being the top of the key defender, the way that Brown used Cat and JB is exactly the same way he used De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis. When they were doing the high pick and screen, the only difference is Sabonis isn't as good as a passer as Cat is. Also on top of that, when you look at the defense, everyone says, what, Sabonis is a better passer than Cat? Okay, thank you.
I just never thought about it. I just never thought about it. So
I think Sabonis is a better passer.
I'm about to say, first thought,
go ahead.
Anyway.
No, I'm just say first thought I would assume they're at least on the same level. Maybe Sabonis is better, but really thinking about it, Cat could be better. That's why I ain't say nothing. I'm thinking about it.
Okay, because I'm saying if you look at the setup and how they are, it's literally that. So with all that being said, the way he's running it, he's making them doubling down on it. So when you look at Brown is doing exactly what every Knicks fan wanted. He's using the bench. He's also using the team's strengths and their weaknesses to help everyone out. And when you look at scoring, nobody really is the main facilitator. Even though JB's the main ball handler, they're still finding ways to transition and go downhill. So when Cat still has it incorporated in 3-ball, and that's
Bob, this sounds like a problem.
No one's used to seeing a big man shoot threes.
Bob, this sounds like a problem moving forward.
I want to hear this.
The idea that nobody is a real facilitator on your group, and that you got a bunch of dudes who just we're basically offense by committee. That sounds like a problem come playoff time, and when you play against better teams. I don't know if that's something that you want to continue to roll with. I think we lost him.
Yeah,
I'm lost. Nah. How you lose me?
Because you going in and out right now.
That's why.
Go start back from the top. But if you cut out again, Cowboy, I'm gonna have to take you off, bro.
Yeah, we gotta get back to Cowboy Bob. Yeah,
got grab on the Wi-Fi, man.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
We gotta get back to Cowboy Bob.
See, that's why I be saying the things I be saying about New York, and y'all be thinking I be just hating and all of that. That's why. But we'll dive back into the super chats though. The next one I got is from Jay did that. Says shout out to Philly for giving Boston back-to-back belts. Paul George had Jaylen Brown in a straitjacket. Peyton wasn't getting shit off on VJ. They can't guard Maxey at all. Yep. Derek White, Asterclass. Embiid legacy game coming. Philly in 7.
Yeah, I wanted to say, I want to apologize.
To who?
No one. I'm just apologizing.
Oh.
I want to apologize. The idea of icing Tyrese Maxey ball screens, yeah, they tried that. That shit didn't work.
No.
They tried the exact thing I said they should try. That shit did not work. He just decided, oh yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna get off the ball, come off at DHO instead, and then I'm gonna get downhill when I want to. I'm gonna come
too, by the way.
Or I'm just gonna get off the ball and then I'm gonna cut back door. So yeah, with this ice shit, yeah, we ain't afraid of ice. Yeah, we stand up ties. That's what he does. So shout out to Tyrese Maxey. I stand with Tyrese Maxey for sure. Yeah, that didn't work. Joel Embiid dissecting double teams. I know you guys seen that behind the back pass he made.
Nice pass, big fella. Yeah, nice pass, big fella.
Someone
hey, Ron, put your hands down. Don't talk up here like you was talking about Joel Embiid being a distributor like that.
Let someone else have made that pass. You know what I'm saying?
He was not, Ron. Stop the bullshit.
He didn't have an overall great game because he was missing like a bunch of his mid-range jumpers that like you expect Embiid to make, but he ain't make them. So he didn't have a great game, but it was promising that they started sending the doubles and whatnot. And he only had one turnover yesterday, and it was he made the right read, but the pass was woefully inaccurate. He threw that shit off the backboard. But like he looks more comfortable navigating double teams than he ever has before. So shout out to Joel Embiid for that. Also, you could see there was a play. It might have been in the first quarter. I can't remember specifically, but like Jaylen Brown goes to double Joel Embiid, and I'm pretty sure he broke the game plan because Joe Mazzulla calls a timeout instantly. Because I don't think I think their plan was you're meant to double from the furthest man away of Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown decided to double from the top, and it just ended up in an instant breakdown. And Joe Mazzulla and Jaylen Brown ended up talking about it in the timeout. So Joel Embiid, if he's breaking up double teams and Paul George is making threes and Tyrese Maxey, when he's playing off of Joel Embiid in that 2-man game, is looking unstoppable.
Marsh, like I would like to say this because this is, just a little bit of poking fun at you, obviously. I added you yesterday, but you didn't respond.
I didn't watch the game. I was asleep during the game. I had to watch the game when I woke up. Yeah,
because you're
said something about Kelly Oubre. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, brother. He made some game-changing plays yesterday.
Yes, he did.
Facts. Kelly Oubre was
a really good job. He has,
and when he uses his athleticism well, and he stays within the confines of what his role is supposed to be, he's a really good basketball player. And Maxey with VJ, with Oubre and Embiid and Paul George, that's a lot for them to deal with, man. I think there's a world where they win, bro. I think there's a legit world where the 76ers win Game 7. It's going to be obviously dependent on the Celtics and their shooting, but I got to tell you, man, outside of game, the first, first game, you can make an argument 76ers been a better team than the Celtics.
Well, they've been 2-1 with Embiid in this series.
Mm-hmm.
And they've looked like a pretty good team. But a lot of that is dependent. Paul George has been amazing in this series.
Yep.
Who knew this Paul George could still play basketball? How about that? Paul George can still play basketball.
Since he came back from injury, though, he's been a different man.
The whole time.
And he's actually good.
He wasn't injured, Ron. He was off good stuff.
Yeah. That's the thing. He just got refreshed during the season. He wasn't missing time rehabbing. He was missing time suspension. So like he just got to stay in shape and get like a mid-season break for real. That's what he nice. Mid-season break is really what Paul George came. But he's been amazing defensively in this series. I would probably say he's been the best defender in the series. He's been fantastic, making plays at the rim, locking up both the wings, whichever one he's guarding at the time. Jaylen Brown has had like a really bad series since like game 1 or game 2. Like the last 4 games have not been really good for Jaylen Brown. On both sides of the ball, in my opinion. On both sides of the ball, he hasn't been really good. Jason Tatum, obviously, there's some concern. Leg tightness.
Yeah, is he how
on the other leg, by the way? It's not the one that's
what's his name said he's good to go.
Yeah, they said he's gonna play. They said
John Mazzulla said he's playing Game 7.
Yeah, they said he's gonna play. But concerns still. Like, I don't want that to be.
Was he limping?
I also wasn't able to check out the game more. So I wanted to ask y'all what did he look like yesterday as far as Jason Tatum with this leg? Jason Tatum, like what was he? I mean, was he moving different? Did he have to sit out or like what happened yesterday?
I mean, they went to their bench pretty much from the start of the fourth on. So like maybe that's precautionary with Jason Tatum, or maybe it was just they knew the game was over. So you actually didn't really you didn't see a whole lot of Jason Tatum. Ron, do a bad job.
New York is done. It's over. All right, New York is cooked.
Do a bad job. So Jason Tatum came out, I want to say, with like 4 minutes left in the third. I think something like that, 4 or 5 minutes left in the third. And then we never saw him for the rest of the game. So like you didn't actually get to see a whole lot of him and how he was moving. I would say, like Sham said, I expect him to play. It probably was just more precautionary because they just were getting blitzed in the second half. So there was probably no reason to even bring him back because Jaylen Brown played maybe like a minute in the fourth and then they brought in the bench unit.
So, can we, if we address an elephant in the room, though, we haven't seen Embiid and Paul George. They have two of the reputationally and also situationally in Game 7. They haven't been the best versions of themselves. So this would be like a huge victory lap moment. if they're able to get this done versus the team that everybody thought was going to beat them in the series.
Swipe, if they were ever going to
everybody
most
besides
people.
you, Mars, you've been picking Philly in 7 for the last 3 years.
6.
Yeah, I get that part.
So 6 was wrong, but we got
I got that part.
Yeah.
But if there was ever a time, Swiper, when Philly could beat the Celtics, like this is the time to do it.
Yeah.
If there was ever a time,
Absolutely.
I feel like this is the time to do it.
Can I ask, is there a conversation to be had? What's the conversation that's going to be had? The Celtics go out and lose Game 7 as a team, and is there a conversation to be had about Jason Tatum? I've asked this question to other people.
Tatum.
Well, no, I think
what do you mean by Jason Tatum?
I think there's going to be conversation regardless, Dama. Like if they lose, absolutely, it's coming from all angles, and you know, to some extent, it's deserved. You know what I'm saying? You can't go up 3-0 and 3-1 and lose. Mm-hmm. But if that happens, it happens. My thing is, depending on how Jason Tatum feels, I'll let him work it out. And if there's any type of discomfort, Jason Tatum got to sit down. Mm-hmm. And you know what? With that being said, if they lose Game 7 because of that, then so be it. You have to be able to be mentally tough enough to deal with criticism throughout the whole offseason to protect the future of your franchise. Mm-hmm. If Jason Tatum is not feeling close to 100%, he got to sit down. We like Boston can't do this again. They can't let him go out.
If he hurts that other Achilles because of this, bro, like it's bro.
Either one. If he gets any type of significant injury, that you can't do this again. So my thought on this is if Jason Tatum isn't feeling up to it, you don't push it. And if this team, the team that they've been playing with this whole season, if they can't get it done in Game 7 against Philly, then whatever. You know what I'm saying? They got to come out and ball out. They got to get it done. Jaylen Brown got to step up. Jaylen Brown has to lead his team to victory without Jason Tatum if need be. And if they can't do it, and if they lose in a 3-1 comeback, that's just what it is. And y'all gonna have to get in the lab, get better, be mentally tough, and get through this offseason. We don't care about what the people on ESPN is saying. We don't care about what people in this space is saying on YouTube or any other platform. Damn that. You know what I'm saying? This ain't nothing but talk. Let it be and come back next year. You can't risk Jason Tatum for another season. Absolutely not.
Fellas, we're going to continue on this same topic by way of another super chat from Dub Ball Out Highlights, sent through $19.99 and said, I'm getting worried about the Celtics. Even if we beat the Sixers, I don't see how they are beating the Knicks. We can't guard Maxey. Our bigs are bad. Derek White is bad. We are just jacking up threes. And Paul George looking like playoff P.
Yeah, the concerns I had about the Celtics before the season in terms of how they'd look in the regular season are all coming to fruition in the playoffs. Their big rotation is unplayable. Like I said that before Game 6. These guys are not providing any value. Vucevic has been egregious on both sides.
Damn, I thought he was going to be good.
Cater can't play more than 5 minutes without fouling out. Like, it's bad. And Cater's like been pretty much offensively, he does nothing except offensive rebounds. Like his touch isn't good. He's not a threat in the short roll. So like they become stagnant there when they're able to like play high and ball screens, or they're able to play a deep drop because no one's worried about Cater on the backside. So like he's been bad. Derek White has been a criminal offensive. Not even offensive. Derek White has been a criminal in this series. He don't even get defensive praise in this series because he's been guarding Tyrese Maxey and been getting fried. So no, Derek White has been terrible in this series. Like, it's really just been Jason Tatum, I think, has been really good in this series. Jaylen Brown had a couple good games, but I haven't been really impressed with him. Peyton Pritchard has had a couple good games, big moments, but he hasn't been great. Like, they really haven't been getting – Jordan Walsh, I think, has actually had a good series, so shout out to him. But, like, it's been the depth and whatever. Like, it hasn't been good in this series. And even last night, Philly controlled the glass as well. Not controlled in terms of they won the rebounding battle, but they stopped Boston from winning the rebounding battle. And that's, like, a big deal for Philly because they're one of the worst rebounding teams I've ever seen. But they're getting contributions from everyone right now on the glass. So obviously they've made that an emphasis. Joel Embiid, I think, grabbed double-digit rebound. Shout out to him. VJ was on the glass last night. Kelly Oubre, to Swiper's point, a bunch of big plays on the glass. They're stopping Boston from getting these second chances. And their defense has been so good on the first attempt that if they can stop Boston's second chances, they have a really good shot of winning, assuming they make shots. which is like half the battle. So Maxey making a few threes, Paul George shooting the hell out of the ball from 3. That was big for them because no one else really had it going. Embiid is still shooting way too many. Like he shot like 6 yesterday. Now one of them was in garbage time. He shot one of them hard and step back threes. So I'll just say he shot 5 instead of 6. But like, I don't need that many threes. Just live in the mid range, live in the post, force the double, get the defense in rotation, and you've done your job. I don't need you shooting threes unless we go into game 7 and you make 4 of them. Then my bad. But typically, yeah, we don't need that.
All right, fellas. NJ Dre sent through $10. He didn't say anything.
Appreciate you, brother.
But chill, he followed back up and stayed consistent. Sent through $10 more. NJ Dre said Knicks and Wolves ate good last night. Some double fried lemon pepper hawk wings with some Denver chicken nuggets on the side. Thank you, Pastor Real Talk, for blessing that meal. # Knicks Nation.
Word. That was an ass whooping of epic proportion right there.
There are Trey Young wings out here. That's what Ron ordered when he was out here. They're actually really good.
Shout out
Trey
to
Young,
man.
No more lemon pepper.
I'm not gonna.
No, they're
Trey Young FC. I think you guys can eat good after this series, man.
Why?
Because Trey Young half-court offense wouldn't go out like that.
They definitely needed a lead guard. Yes, sir.
I don't know, Mars. We've seen Trey Young offense go out pretty sad before, bro.
No, not against that type of defense. Trey Young half-court offense wouldn't go out like that.
They couldn't get anything in terms of creating offense for other people. Like, they couldn't get anything, Swiper. Nothing. So a guy like Trey Young.
That's one of the best offensive engines in the league.
Bro,
who can create
when those
offense for other
games
people,
happen, that means
he would have helped them a
everything
lot.
that could have gone wrong, it's gone wrong for you, though. You getting down 50 points or going down 40 to 15, everything that could have gone wrong for you, including when you woke out of bed that morning, went wrong. That was way. I mean, that's just, that's just not even I couldn't believe my eyes.
We got a couple new members today. First one is K.29. Shout out to K.Dot. I believe K.Dot is a Hall of Famer too. Or was a Hall of Famer. Either way it goes, shout out to K.Dot. Akeem, Ben a real KD hater. I like you, Akeem. Shout out to Akeem for becoming a new YouTube member on Player's Choice. Also, Jaden Thomas became a YouTube member. Shout out to Jaden Thomas. If you're not a member yet, join up ASAP for multiple reasons. But for the main reason being that our members only stream starts this Sunday. The members control the show. You guys send through super chats. We read the super chats. That dictates the show. Or if we don't even have any super chats, we're just going to dive directly into the chat and get topics from you guys. But the show will go based on what you guys want to talk about. Members only. No chatters allowed. No yappers allowed. No non-members. Show your members ID at the door and you will get in. Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern time or Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. We will be running these streams. I'm looking forward to seeing y'all there. The next super chat is from Khalil Season. Said, they gonna stop disrespecting my GOAT. He was banished to the Kings after he carried those bums out of the first round. Yes, carried. They told me Chris Dunn was better. Shit. They told me Bruce Brown was better. Shit.
Yeah, shout out to regular season Russell Westbrook in first round. Yeah, for sure. Before he got that injury.
So pretty much their whole season?
No, pre-injury Russ for both of them. Yeah, pre-injury Russ for both of them. He was good.
Shout out to Bruce Brown. How about that one?
Yeah, shout out to Bruce.
Russ helped y'all.
Yeah, Bruce. I think Bruce was. Yeah, doing a revisionist on. Yeah, I think Russ was. He obviously has a great career. So shout out to Russ.
All right, Cowboy Bob, y'all just seen him on stage. He did send through a super chat earlier, but maybe this is what he wanted to talk about. He said, at Chilltown, please let these fans know I've been telling y'all all season and past seasons about Cat and Bridges and OG. Wait till Cat, Bridges, and the bench click. Winning is cool. Just don't end up like Miami. Go New York, go.
He has been talking about the action and, running more action through Cat and him being more of a hub for them. And I think it works, in some aspects, but I just think that, like, from what he just explained, I think it could get a little tricky. I think it can get trickier when you get into the later rounds when we're doing this offense by committee and we don't have a primary ball handler that's getting everybody else involved. I think that it could be a little bit tricky there.
POA Defense FC says, shout out to Jokic for letting the Wolves win when their best player went out, unlike that thug SGA who beat Indy. Class act, truly.
Oh, we're doing that.
That's what it sounds like.
Okay, I remember that game 7 very vividly.
Mm-hmm. That's what it sounds like. Mm-hmm.
We got some new members, more members coming in, a bunch of members that have came in. SimWest34 became a member today. J Mano41 also became a member, and my man Reiner Gaming rejoined up his membership. Salute to everybody that's become a member today, and salute to those 3 specifically. Oh, and I got one more person that I do want to shout out to too. Oiled Up Juicy Real Talk FCC. So now it's 2. This one is Oiled Up Juicy Real Talk FCC.
I don't know about that, but
shout out to Real Talk, man.
Okay.
Shout out to Real Talk. MTHJ301 said, was in the comments preaching the Terrence Shannon Jr. 26-point game was coming. Just 2 points off. Would you rather have Jokic as is or Jokic with around 4 assists with Marc Gasol defense? Rudy was in his Jokic bag too.
I don't think the assists have to drop off that much, but I don't think that Jokic has to be Marc Gasol level defender neither. But like, can we get something a little bit better than what we're getting now?
Give me Jokic 4 assists, Marc Gasol defense every day.
Facts.
So just Marc Gasol.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. That's what that sounds like.
Jason A123 sent through $10 and said, yes, Lord. God confused my enemies this morning. Yes, Lord.
Mm-hmm. Y'all be blaspheming for basketball. It's crazy.
Yes.
Shout out to y'all, though.
Ball is life.
No.
Yes.
Isn't God responsible for everything, though?
By the way.
That's a new,
that's what I've heard.
Interesting theology.
No.
No, he is, but like I think just yes, Lord, for losing and all that stuff. Whatever.
Yeah.
Well, if he wanted y'all to lose and he prayed for it.
What?
But there's some people who pray. There's some people who prayed for the Nuggets to win. So God
Everybody
just
don't
didn't
get
fuck
their
with
prayers
them.
answered.
Yeah, so God just didn't fuck with them on that.
Oh,
day?
you do.
I don't think God influences the outcome of games. Personally, I don't.
All right.
He be bored,
Eric Espinoza said the Rockets and the Raptors, I believe, will push it to Game 7, and Orlando will close out this series tonight. And shout out to the Wolves for the grit and the heart they showed last night. That being said, Spurs in 6.
Tough, man. No Franz is a big deal, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Franz was doing a hell of a job on Cade. Franz go out, Cade has 65 points. Like, I think that's correlated in some way. No Franz is a big loss for Orlando. But
they got to win.
We'll
tonight,
see if they can close out.
They have to. They
because if they don't win tonight, then they're gonna lose in Game 7, right? And then they're gonna win in game, and then Orlando's gonna win in Game 7, and you'll be like, "Oh man, I don't know why I keep getting these playoffs so wrong."
They got to win tonight, Mars. I would not have them going back to Detroit and winning game. I don't think they'll let them out of there with a win in Game 7.
Man, I don't need Detroit.
I do think the Raptors, however, Damo, I do think that the Raptors and the Lakers, I think that's going back to Los Angeles, and I think that's going back to Cleveland for Game 7. I don't think that series is over.
The Raptors are decimated right now. Like,
Mm-hmm.
even if their guys play, like they are not healthy.
Nah, I need the Raptors to lose. The way Canada been on my ass, yeah, nah.
Yeah, I've been
mad at me, boy.
J718 said, panel, if you're Denver, do you blow up this Denver team? Do you bank on Brown, Gordon, and Watson taking a leap defensively? Add another playmaker that can defend like Marcus Smart. We spoke on this a little bit.
Yeah, I think Mars already answered that.
Blow up.
We already talked about that. Yep.
Yeah, Mars did answer it, and that's his opinion. I don't think they should blow it up at all. I think they should, you know what I'm saying, get healthy.
Well, we can't run it back. We can't do that.
Yes, you can, sir.
No.
You absolutely can.
Because we just did that. We ran it back last year with Aaron Gordon.
You didn't have Aaron Gordon. You didn't have Aaron Gordon.
That's what I'm saying.
But we did have a whole offseason for him getting healthy. We did do that.
Okay, so now
here we are again.
You don't make the same mistakes twice.
Which
you
is
don't rush. You don't rush him back from injury. You let him rest and you let him heal up. You have a whole 10 months now, a whole 10 months to let Aaron Gordon get healthy. You don't try to bring it back in October. You don't try to bring it back in December. Let him rest and let him heal up. When you have Aaron Gordon on this basketball team, it is completely different. Completely different. Now, do you try to package up Christian Brown or Bruce Brown and a couple of picks and maybe grab somebody else? Sure, fine. But Nikola Jokic, Aaron Gordon, Jamal Murray, Coach Adelman, y'all good? Y'all
Probably
straight?
not.
It's just
made.
I'm not telling you what they're going to do. I'm telling you what they should do. They need to relax, because now when y'all put Jokic in these Jesus conversations, when they fail, you panic. Understand that this is just a man. Okay, this is just a man. Ain't no need to freak out. Like it's okay. Y'all got your ass.
When do you feel like
series.
they've ever freaked out with the roster?
Right now, look at you. Right now, everybody, everybody. You might be talking calm, but everybody losing their shit. Oh, you got to fire Coach
lost
Adelman
in the first round.
But when Coach Adelman, when they were winning, it was look at, he's a genius. Now he ain't a genius no more because Aaron Gordon was hurt.
Yeah, I mean, if you lose in the
Watson
first round, you're probably going to give the context. You're probably going to be out.
There's no reason to fire your coaches because you got your ass kicked this one time. You know what I'm saying? Sit back, regroup, get your shit together. It ain't no big deal like that. Like it's okay. It's okay. Hey, the sun will come up tomorrow, and you'll get another shot at it, man. Don't worry about it.
Will we though?
It's not that. Yes, like the world's not going to end because Nikola Jokic got beat in the first round. Rudy Gobert got his number. Absolutely, he does. But you got to also remember, they need Aaron Gordon. Like, they need Aaron Gordon. A healthy Aaron Gordon makes this series completely different. I don't even know if they win necessarily, but they definitely don't look like how y'all making it seem. No, you don't blow it up because of this. And then what? Who are you going to get? Where are you going to go?
I'm just telling you what's probably going to happen. That's all I'm saying.
Something different from what they got now. I mean,
because they made it seem like Jokic was somebody he's not, and he couldn't carry them through the first round. He's not. He don't got the carry ability that y'all think he do.
Okay.
Damn.
Man,
careful, Ox.
Oh my God.
Careful
hey,
of what?
Be careful,
I'm just telling the truth.
It's not the truth.
I'm saying,
it's not.
It is the truth. It is the truth. It's been the truth. I've been telling y'all this shit for a long time.
They do it before though. I'm confused.
Without Jamal Murray.
That's just not true.
Go ahead. I'm just saying we've seen countless times over the years. Jokic play phenomenal playoffs. He's had a ring. Like he's done it. We've seen him do it. So this new sense
well, we didn't see it against a 50-win team. And the thing about it is, Minnesota wasn't a 50-win team, but they won 49 games. So he can't
carry. That excuses everything else we've ever seen him do.
Damo, but he didn't carry to that though, Damo.
I'm the biggest hater here. I get it. Get it off. But man, oh man. This is disgusting.
But Damo, let's think about the conversation me and you was just having, Damo. If you can consider that a conversation, right? You're talking about. I say he don't got the carry ability. You say it's nasty. You bring up the ring and all of that. Jokic didn't carry. Like and this is what I'm saying. Well, this is all I'm saying. I understand Jamal Murray didn't play that well, so that's why Jokic would have to carry. Jokic can't carry. So if Jamal Murray don't come through for him, like he just didn't come through for him, they're done. They're cooked. So that's my point. It's like Jokic ain't gonna win unless Jamal is chopping.
Can I ask you, Ox, just one question? Who was the last player to carry their team to a championship?
To carry their team to a
championship. Who was the last player we seen carry their team to a championship?
So when you say carry, do you mean that nobody else plays good at all?
I'm using your definition.
Like, what are you whatever you say carry,
no. Whatever your definition of carry is. Thank you, Chilton. Whatever your definition of carry is, who was the last player to carry their team to a championship?
I don't think I've ever seen anybody carry through all 4 series. Right, through 4 series, I don't think that's possible, but that's not what I'm saying either, Damo. I'm not saying that because I don't expect that to happen. I would say the closest to carry has been Bron, Steph, Kawhi. Although, like I said, he did all those players did have guys come through for them too. So carry might be a word that we use a little too loosely, but I'm talking about in this particular series though, Damo, Nikola Jokic needs to be able to carry through this series. I'm not saying all the way through because Cam Johnson played well. You got other guys that you expect to have good games. Like you expect Tim Hardaway in series 2. You expect Tim Hardaway to shoot the hell out the ball for a game or two. You expect, things like that to happen. So I'm not saying like you just backpack your team all 4 games, boom, boom, boom. That's not what I'm saying. So I hope that's not what you're taking it. I'm saying that Nikola Jokic, I don't think has the ability to do that. I think he just proved that in this series.
He's already done that multiple times.
I think he does have the ability to do it. This was just a bad matchup. I genuinely think the only reason it didn't happen is he played a team who, and I heard Swiper bring this up, everyone knows this, a team that just has his number. They have played so many times over the years. He just ran into a bad matchup. We're talking about Jokic, who we all know has no defense, playing with a poor defensive team, and we're expecting him to just offensively carry against a better defensive team that is strategizing against him. I don't know. Again, if we're holding him to elite conversations, if we're holding him to he's a top 5 this, top 3 that, Ox, I understand why you have this sentiment. I understand why go at him like this. He should be able to carry if that's the conversation people have him in. Thankfully, I'm not those people, so I don't see it. I can only see basketball through my lens. I can try to hear everyone else's opinions and kind of see where everyone else is coming from. But if I never had Jokic as the best player in the league, if I never said Jokic was a top 5 center of all time, then I simply just don't see it that way. So that's probably why I'm thinking it's so nasty. But I do get it.
Well, Damo, a guy that has solved basketball shouldn't have no bad matchups.
Why would you say that? This is obviously not the same Jokic, though. From when that comment was made.
You're right. It's not the same Jokic. He's just not who y'all think he is. That's all.
I just think that you're saying that he hasn't been able to carry it. I think that's obviously ridiculous.
I don't think he has been able to carry. I think Jamal Murray has done more backpacking for this team than Jokic has.
When's the last time Jamal Murray backpacked a series?
I think you've seen every single series, Swiper. I'm not going to do this with you.
I'm asking. I'm not asking for your opinion.
I've said this before. Jamal Murray has done more backpacking than Jokic has done. He did it.
When's the last time you feel like he did that?
He did every time.
He wasn't good the last time he played the Lakers.
Every time. I'm talking about when they beat the Lakers when they went to the championship.
What are we doing? We was up here talking about Anthony Davis being soft and not recognizing the fact that Joker was better than him in that series. Jamal Murray did not backpack. No, he did not in that Western Conference championship. Joker kicked Anthony Davis's ass in that series. Yes, he did. Stop the bullshit.
But I think for Ox is like the PRA stuff. You know, if you say like 28, 12, and 11 in that series, I think Ox is just like, that's just PRA. And he had the game winning shot to close the series out in the sweep in LA too. So I don't know.
He closed out 3 of those 4 games.
Who?
Jamal Murray.
3 of those 4 games in 23.
It's not bullshit. Watch the motherfucking game. I'm telling you, no, because now you're trying to walk shit back that we've already agreed on this shit years ago, and now y'all want to walk it back. Chill. You can't save this nigga right here. You can't save this nigga right here. Okay, chill. Let it go.
Game 2, Jamal had 23 points.
Let it go.
Yeah, game. Just to go through this, game 2, Jamal had 23 points in the 4th quarter, and then you have the first half of game 3 where he had 30. So, yeah, he had 53 points in 3 quarters, and then there was the second half, and then there was game 4 where Jokic had that 30-point triple-double and then made those shots over AD and then made the game-winning shot over AD as well. So, I don't know. Like I said, it's all revisionist history. I mean, I know people got to get their agendas off. They need both of them to be good. I mean, that's kind of where it is. If Jamal Murray is good last night, then they make it to game 7. I agree. I think you need teams. We can't hear you, Ron. You're muted, brother.
Swiper, do you want to be saved?
I don't think it's being saved. I think she'll just
No. Just answer my question. Do you want to be saved?
What does that mean? In what way?
Chill. That further goes on to it. He doesn't want to be saved. Real talk. You as well. He doesn't want to be saved. All right. Young Bubba TV said, why don't y'all mention Kobe when y'all mention playoff risers? He went to 3 straight finals twice. He led a decade in total points and average. Does a 3 to 4% shot percentage difference really make him less than others?
We talk about Brian all the time.
Yes, it does.
But we talk about Brian all the time as a playoff riser. How busy he gets in the playoffs, how much better he is in the playoffs. We talk about that all the time. I don't think that's news. I don't think anybody up here doesn't think Bryant doesn't perform in the playoffs well.
I just think it's based on who you like. Like, it's really based on who you like. If you like certain players, you're gonna misremember things that happen. If you don't like players, you're gonna remember all the bad things that happen. That's literally how it works. That's just literally what NBA is. What fandom is.
That's a fact. Because in my mind, in my head canon, Jokic ran Bobo out of Denver. And I'll die on that hill.
Bobo Jokic. Bobo
ran him out of here. Hey, ran him out of town, man. Ran him out of town. That's just my truth.
All right, we got another $10 from Snowbird Sneakers. Snowbird said, "This is for the House of RT collection plate. Amen." Shout out to the House of RT.
Passing the plate around.
Vortex CX9 said Jokic is top 5, but I'm 100% okay with him being debated with players like Wemby, Giannis, Luka. I'm assuming SGA too. He isn't just definitively better than them. This is an all-time choke job, and the defense was genuinely atrocious.
Okay, Jokic doesn't fall out the top 5 because of what happened. No, he's still a top 5 player in the league. That's not going on. No.
Whatever people feel about it is how they feel about it. I think the biggest thing is people want confirmation for their bias on the negative side. And I think this is what most of these shows are when we get to this point when Jokic plays bad. But I think he played horrible. So he gets the credit. He gets deserved slander for it.
PB7 said, "Damn, Ron, you backdoored Swiper, LOL. But shout out to Jaden McDaniels. He put Murray in solitary confinement."
Great series.
I want to know. Chill. I still want to. I'm curious about that. Why? If there, let's say today, and I'm not sure if there is. I'm just saying. Let's say today that there is 5 players that are playing better than Jokic. Why can't Jokic not be a top 5 player?
The reason why is because I've built up that reputation, and my resume suggests that I am a top 5 player.
I'm not talking about throughout his career. I'm talking about today.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. So if that's the case, then that means that I'm closer to 5 than I am to 1, and he's not closer to 5 than he is to 1.
3 is closer to 5 in my match.
Not in mine. Because if that's the case, then that means that Giannis is also in question to being out of the top 5 also. That also means that because we haven't seen him in the playoffs. We haven't seen him in the playoffs in the last year. Or he didn't play in the playoffs this year, and then he missed the playoffs in 23 or 24. So 2 of the last 3 years he's missed the playoffs. So we can do that with him too, but we're not doing that with him.
We would have to. We would have to.
And but we don't. You think he's the best player in the world, Ox?
Not today. He's not. He ain't playing basketball.
You literally just told us that last week. He's the best player in the world.
I think so. It's the same thing. Same thing like how you're doing. But I'm talking about today.
Okay,
you can't rank Giannis today. If we're talking about who's playing, like who's currently the best, you can't say, oh well, it's Giannis. It would have to be like SGA or something. Right, so that's all I'm asking. You know what I'm saying?
But your availability does matter, right? So if you're not available to play, like we're not just going to bypass the fact that you're not available to play just because you got hurt. No, that matters. You didn't hold up.
We haven't really. I mean, Giannis came up because we're talking about that Spurs situation, but we haven't even really. It's like we damn near forget Giannis exists right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
and that's not just because of this season. That over the last couple of years, Giannis, again, missed the playoffs because of injury. Didn't perform well in the playoffs. I mean, that happens with great players. So.
All right, y'all. The next super chat is from Wolves in 4. Wolves in 4 said, "Are you all ready to say Rudy is a far superior defender than Anthony Davis ever has been? I remember nasty talks a few years ago and that AD was a better defender by Lakers fans. Where are all those fans at now?"
It was actually Dion from Ohio who said that. Who would you rather take, Chill? AD or Rudy Gobert? He said that.
Yeah, I think Rudy's been better, but like I said, I was in a minority before this series, but then again, people don't like Jokic, and so Rudy had a great series, and so I think that changes his reputation among the mass. But I've literally been saying this for years, like for years. I think he's been the best, better defender for quite some time now.
I think it's about time we get some Rudy apologies from you Rudy haters, like this one up here next to me.
I'm sorry, Rudy.
Thank you.
I am sorry. And hey, simple as that. I don't got nothing else to say, Rudy. I'm
So,
sorry.
This kid Josh right here, Josh Offie, the Lakers have not lost 4 straight games all season long. I just want to put that out there. This entire season, they have not lost 4 straight games.
Sorry.
All right, Calvin Jerome Bruton sent through $10 and said, "I'm a born again Christian, and I can't stop laughing at Pastor Real Talk." Wasn't nothing about that funny, Calvin. Nothing about that was funny. Shout out to Sue W301 for becoming a YouTube member. Shout out Sue W. We got another $10 super chat from Tupac Westside. Said, "On the real, Swiper, I agree Brown and maybe Jonas are gone this offseason. I got San Antonio over Minnesota. Too many injuries. Thank you for another great sermon, Pastor. It's raining and I can't find my DL. Bad day."
DL?
Driver's license, I'm assuming? It's all right, Tupac.
You don't need it, bro. Just go ahead. You'll be all right.
But yesterday when I said you don't need something, you...
Man, that was way different, bro. You was tripping.
Yeah,
that was not the same thing.
Never mind, man.
If you don't like, if you got like, say if you got to go to work or something and you can't find your wallet, you can go. You'll be okay. You know what I'm saying?
You're breaking the law.
If you can't drive and you get pulled over, if you let the officer know.
You could look when I get pulled over, Ron. They look up my
valid,
information.
You know
my
saying?
face is right there. That's me.
They'll go to the car. They'll pull it up and they'll let you go on your way. Hey man, I'm on my way to work. Man, I couldn't find my wallet. I can't be late to work. No big deal, man. Go ahead. You'll be fine.
Oh, man, quit that job. You don't need that. Luffy Gear Ford said, "JB has been super disappointing this series. White has been dog shit. Tatum can't be far and away the best player on this team and not even a year removed from his injury. JB and White have to step up game 7.
We got to see it.
I think he can be.
Mm-hmm. We got to see it.
Jason Tatum's by far and away the best player on the team. So I think he can be by far and away the best player on the team.
Just show it to us, yeah.
All right, shout out to Othello Rucker 8107 for becoming a YouTube member. Shout out to Othello. Jay's World 02 said, "I know we on Denver's head top today, rightfully so, but I feel like we need to shout out PG, who's been one of the most underrated, impactful players this entire postseason so far."
Shout out to Paul George, who still know how to play basketball. Shout out to him. Yes, sir.
Crazy,
shout out to
right?
Paul George. Yes, sir. Yes, Mars, that was you. You said that Paul George is still a good basketball player. And turns out he still is.
I watch basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Multi-Power G Love became a YouTube member today. Shout out to Multi-Power. Gregory Kirkland 775 also became a YouTube member. Shout out to Gregory Kirkland. Nick at Night sent through a $10 super chat and said, "Swiper sitting up there like somebody pretty auntie."
Petty
auntie.
Swiper sitting up there looking like somebody's pretty auntie. Jokic lost, bruh. It's all right. Get in on the convo.
I don't think y'all watch yourselves enough to realize, like, half of you want me to speak and to basically to take blame for Jokic, and then half of you don't want me to speak because you don't want me to talk about and scapegoat other players for Jokic. So I think for some of this, it's like there's really no winning with a lot of you all, which is why I just think it's better to let Mars and everybody else get off their points that they're making in the first hour of the show. Then you can just kind of move on. And then whatever you feel like it is you need to say, you can take your energy out. And then that way you could deal with it. But I think at the end of the day, like, the mob is the mob. The mob wants blood. And so, you know, there's no way to win in that. I just tend to, like, be reserved in these moments because I feel like I've spoke my mind in depth on multiple shows last night. And I'm going to have to do it again here in an hour and 45 minutes as well. Yeah. So yeah, definitely frustrating for sure.
There's thousands of people. There's thousands of people in here, Swiper. So some of them are going to be on your side, and some of them are going to be against you. Some of them are like me and expected, you know, and don't think Jokic is as high as people say they are. So
and then push back against that narrative. Yeah,
they're excited right now. You know, it's a bunch of, you know.
Swiper, it's gonna be all right, auntie. You'll be good.
No, Ron, I think you'll. You know, I don't know. Like you're right. Everybody's right. Whatever.
What does that mean?
Auntie Swiper, it's all right.
What does that mean? All league defender until he has to see Shea. So if I get scorched by Shea, that makes me less than an all league defender. So is Kawhi Leonard a less than an all league defender when he had to deal with Luka? Was David Robinson a less all-league defender when he had to deal with Olajuwon? He was not. No, he was not.
All right, I want to shout out Supreme Just, also became a YouTube member. Salute to Supreme Just. Devontae231 sent through $10 and said, why Benjamin Franklin ducking smoke today? Pin, where your ass at? Why you leave Swiper by yourself up here?
There is no by yourself. I'm my own man on my own island. There doesn't need to be a double team or a tag team in there. Pin is out on Friday.
Pin is the Jamal Murray to your Jokic. 100%. And Jamal ain't show up yesterday or today.
Is Pin on the show on Friday, Ron?
He can be.
He has been.
He's been up here a couple of times on Friday.
He was invited. He was invited. He was invited. The same way Real Talk was invited.
He's been up here a bunch of different times on Friday. Yeah.
Pin ain't won none of this today.
He ain't want to have your back.
When we see him, it's fine.
Also to in the chat, like
Ben said,
I definitely did say
I'm
the
saying
Nuggets
he's a
are
liar.
better than OKC, and I definitely think the Nuggets are better than OKC when Aaron Gordon is healthy, just like last year. So yeah, I was one of the people that I had the Nuggets coming out the West. Aaron Gordon ain't there, but you know. So,
what days are Pin on here during the week? Every week,
usually a Tuesday and Thursday.
Tuesday, Thursday.
Sometimes
I am
Friday.
also on Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays. So just so y'all can be stuck to the schedule, so people know when I'm going to be here without a shadow of a doubt.
No,
so
Swiper, no. You have carte blanche to come up on Tuesdays and Wednesdays too.
Yeah, I
You
do.
just be
I know, but
ducking
I
the
have
same way
stuff
Pin's
to
ducking.
do, brother. Like I have.
Ron, you know for a fact that he would be here if he was going to be here. You so nasty.
I would be on every day if I had the opportunity to do so. I'd be on every day. So this
Swiper has came on Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
When you have sent me the invite and I was free, I will. But Ron, I think what you're not acknowledging, Ron, is your hand in the chaos. You are the host. If you will ask me, you'll literally send me a DM the night before or an hour before. Can you come on today? We need you to come on. I'm like, sure, you know what? I have some time. Then that's what I'll do.
How come we weren't allowed to be on the show on Friday?
Yeah, talk about that.
What show?
Wasn't allowed to be
because chill, we had, and then everybody was on.
Talk about that.
Ox said that they had a tournament on Friday.
Yeah,
yes, we did have a game on Friday. I didn't play until 12:40 on Friday. The show
I would have skipped my game.
What happened?
What show?
I was sent a message Thursday evening and said, "Yo, Ox, you got to sit back for blah 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 blah. This reason and that reason."
This reason.
That ain't got nothing to do with me, bro.
I was told.
But you couldn't duck this Friday, nigga.
Me and Real Talk was both forced to sit back on Friday.
Ron, I'll tell you what, Ron is incredible at developing content because this is crazy. Because I know, and I saw in the comment section, people were saying, like, ducking. Like, bro, like this, it's completely up to Ron to do what he wants to do with this show.
That message didn't come from Ron. Swiper, that message didn't come from Ron.
Who'd it come from? Exactly.
Didn't come from
It didn't come from me.
Higher.
Yeah, all right.
Higher.
All right.
But, all right, y'all, we got to keep it pushing.
Is Ox what? Who said? Okay. All right, Eli.
DeSarmo said 3 playing teams and never beat a 50-plus win team was a gimmick, but now it's everywhere. Number 15 is a fraud. That stat nerd and the journalists, or that stat nerds and journalists lived their hoop dreams through. He not better than Dirk or KG neither. Hype job.
By the way, OKC and both the Boston Celtics, they also didn't beat anybody. They won 50 or plus games either on the way to the title.
No, they frauds as well.
If the Clippers won 51 games, would it make a difference?
No.
Then the stat would be
51 plus. Exactly.
Yeah, what are we doing?
What's
going on right now?
Speaking of the Clippers, chill. When Kawhi got boxed up in the fourth quarter, I had to. Ron was pulling up all types of niggas from every corner of the universe. From every corner, I had to see it through that. It was 10 motherfuckers up here.
This supposed to be your man, Ron. This supposed to be your man, by the way.
It was 10 screens up here and me.
So doing that.
You told the people I was ducking.
Your mic's not hooked up to the audio.
Now you came up here with bad audio. I see what's going on here.
Hey, chill. My own man lined me up.
You
I had no idea what was coming. I had no idea.
All year I was with you on the Kawhi stuff. You're never with me on my guy. You're never with me.
Well, because I don't. Because I. No. That's not true. No. Swiper. Hold on. That's not true. I'm very, very, very clear about the fact that I think Nikola Jokic is an amazing basketball player. I just think that a lot of y'all are way higher on Jokic.
You said Kawhi's the best player in the world, and I'm still with you.
I thought there was times throughout the season.
You said this year.
Yes. This year there were times throughout this year I thought he was. That shit changes. Y'all know how I look at the basketball.
Every day.
Shit. You could be the best this week, and then this dude the best for 3 months, and then you the best for 2 weeks. I look at that way. I thought Kawhi held it down for a good 5 weeks where he was the best player in the NBA. Absolutely, I do. And I'm stood on that.
Penn, you said you got. What is this, Penn?
That is when he sent the link. 2:12 p.m. That's 4 minutes ago.
So Ron lied again, basically.
So now let me pull up some messages.
I tell y'all, man, Ron.
Let me pull up some messages and show some time.
I'm talking about with you, bro.
You know how easy it is to delete stuff, chill.
I got it back.
And
I need you to stay out of this.
When he's gonna say he messaged me, he's gonna tell me he messaged
Why?
me.
Why I gotta stay hidden?
Don't protect Ron, bro. Let him die on his own.
All right,
All right, Ron. Sorry, brother. Gotta
show the people.
You want action tomorrow?
April 30th. What?
That was yesterday.
Show him who that message was to.
Got him.
No.
Show ass. No reply.
Who was that?
No.
That was the pin.
No.
That was the pin.
No. I'm good.
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
Well, Pin, it's nice of you to pull up at the last hour, the last minute, the last super chats.
Don't be telling people that I duck smoke.
Pin, it's okay if Jokic ain't your man like that. He ain't your man like that. It's all good.
Ain't your man like that.
Shit, to keep it a buck. I got a nigga up here that really ain't my man like that. Be like that sometimes.
That's obvious. That's obvious, but that ain't bullshit right there.
Improved it like a week and a half ago.
Yes, he did.
I'm gonna just say
straight walk his man into a ball where he's doing some jump.
As someone who has made Jokic content, I have to tell you, some of the fans that come out of left field, they make me very uncomfortable, right? And I very much regret that the type of people who became Jokic fans in 2023 led to the type of people that became Jokic haters in 2024. Because that is a messy group of people to be fighting over your favorite player or one of your favorite players.
Tell it how it is.
Gross ass people on both sides.
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. But y'all, I still got some super chats I got to get through. Penn, I'm glad you pulled up because you can speak into some of these super chats. First off, I want to holler at a couple members. The greatest 6162 has been a member for 10 months. Shout out to the greatest. And Cody Imtage 7373. Shout out to Cody for becoming a YouTube member. The next super chat that we got is from One Piece. One Piece said they got Jamal Murray, but we got Jaden McDaniels.
Yo, shout outs to J-Mac. I called him a bitch for that dunk, for that layup, whatever that he had. He showed up, man. Like,
did he stand on business for you, Payne?
He did. He did. He absolutely did. So shout outs to him. He's grown so much, like as a basketball player. Like I remember we were up here and we were talking about like him having an offensive game, and y'all who've seen him much closer, you were like, oh, he can do this and he can do that. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
no, he really can do this and that. Yeah. So yeah, shout outs to him, man. I only had 2 minutes. I only had 2 minutes to come up here. They're making a documentary about Penn Dance, so I gotta skedaddle.
Let's do it. Absolutely, Penn.
But yeah,
you have a job outside of this?
I have 2 jobs outside of this.
Mr. Y'all got jobs?
Yeah, we got jobs. We do other shit. But yeah, salute to you, Swiper.
Imagine that.
Good for you for not sinking to the mud to have fights with pigs. Peace.
Penn, do you have anything else to say on your way out regarding what's going on?
I don't know. Fuck y'all. Like honestly, like that's
who the chat?
Whoever.
Why would you say fuck the chat?
Whoever is sitting there trying to devote their entire life to hating a man. I saw a man get up here and give a sermon for the first time. It's his yearly sermon. This is a man who is hating on this man so bad that he has devoted an entire career to hating on somebody. That's some Skip Bayless shit right here.
It's no way.
That's what I associate with. No, I could set my clock like a dude at Dunkin' Donuts drive-through, I can set my clock that if Jokic has a bad game, this guy gonna come up there and be like, "Oh,
Pin, you about to leave right now?
Who?
yeah,
Hey,
I'm gone."
Who was that dedicated to?
So
Dunkin'
Pin
Donuts
watched
drive-through.
Swiper get blitzed for 3.5 hours, ran up here, said "fuck y'all," and then ducked out.
I'm not ducking shit. I was given the link at 2:12. I was getting ready to leave. I'm gonna have to Uber now, probably.
See?
Yeah, I don't know.
See, we holding up pins.
But I just wanted to say, like, shout outs to Swiper.
All right,
like,
chill.
Y'all always
you done saving Swiper too?
Nah, y'all
Damn,
say, like,
Swiper.
he ducking. Oh, last time,
Did you ask for this? Did you ask for the link?
No, I called him a liar in the chat and I got the message right away.
But you asked for the link though. You tried to pull up today.
I didn't ask for anything. Whenever I ever asked for the link.
I don't know. I'm just asking questions. I don't know what you asked for. I'm not in y'all chat.
Oh, since we do an honesty hour, how about this, Ron? Have you ever asked me to pull up and I haven't pulled up? Has that ever happened? Have you ever?
Have you ever asked for the link before?
No.
Never.
No, not to my recollection. No, actually, I have not. I have never asked for the link, and Ron has never messaged me and said, "Yo, Pen, it's I know it's late notice. If I was not sleeping, can you come on today? Can you cover today?"
No.
It has never happened that I have said no.
No,
I don't know, Pink. You've asked me for a link.
No.
I've asked you for a link. I never asked him for a link.
Okay. I just think you left your man swiping hanging for a long time.
No, you didn't.
I think you should have asked for the link, Pink.
No, you did
I think you should have come up here and defended.
You
should have come up here and defended.
I think I would have made.
No, wait, Pink. You should have came up here and defended your countrymen and your Nigerian brother.
I don't need to defend anybody. First of all, you're talking.
You don't need to. I'm not saying you need to. I said I think you should.
No, Swiper is perfectly fine, and I think he handled himself better than anybody else.
Swiper was over there shook up, having anxiety attacks for the first 45 minutes of the show. He couldn't even talk. He was over there. He was over there with a security cardigan, hugging himself.
Are you projecting? Because that was you when Kawhi Leonard shit was.
I was not. I was talking my shit. I was getting niggas off the block. Don't do that. I didn't sit up in no corner in my phone acting like I should have been here.
Do you genuinely think that allowing other people to speak is a weakness? Is that what you think? Like, you think Swiper coming up here and trying to slow play it a little bit and
allowing people to speak? Is that what you think that was?
That's exactly.
Were you watching? Were you watching, Pin?
Yeah, I mean, I watched a little bit of it. I woke up late, to be honest with you.
So you just okay? Pin.
I woke up quite late. Yeah, I mean, I had a long night of posting shit about people who hate on Jokic.
He was drinking the same cup for 2 hours. Pin wasn't even nothing in that cup no more.
To be fair, I just finished. This is a massive cup, bro.
My God! So why are you still holding the cup if you just finished? Why are you holding the cup?
Massive cup.
Pin, he was doing this for 2.5 hours. You know how liquid works. If it gets empty, you got to lift it up a little more. He was doing this, hugging himself in his car.
No, but Ox, to be fair, I've had 3 drinks since I've been up here. I had my ginger beer, which is great, Fever Tree, for the best product out there if you want ginger beer. I had a coffee, and then I had this. I literally have finished all of my liquids. So I probably shouldn't have ginger beer and a coffee because now I'm going to be all wiry in the next 2 hours. But whatever.
Swiper, we'll talk later. But I just wanted to be said because I just find it hilarious how people have like zero self-awareness at all. Like the fact that Pin, the only reason why we even know you is because you came on a platform saying Arvydas Sabonis is better than Kobe Bryant.
That's not true.
You're literally on the show.
That's not true.
Nobody knew you in PC.
You know why you're on the show?
In PC.
You know why you're on the show?
You
want to know why you're on the show?
In PC world. I'll let you. You got to speak uninterrupted. I wasn't even up here. You got to speak uninterrupted. I wasn't even up here.
Really want to know?
I wasn't even up here. You spoke uninterrupted.
On a Sunday.
So Ron, do you want to drop him or what? You want to drop him and let me speak?
I want to read these super chats.
I get it, Ron.
We really can do this.
You got to let him slide, but this dude is nasty.
You have to let him.
No, guys, we can do this. Hey, look. Pin and real talk. Let's do this during the member stream on Sunday. I swear we could spend an hour getting to the bottom of this. Or the member stream on Sunday. My thing is, like, we have at least 10. We have at least 10 $10 super chats, and we got to read these.
Terrible guy.
What? We gotta get down to the bottom of this.
Crazy.
No, we gotta get down to the bottom of this. I just have to read these super chats.
I'm not wasting my time talking to this dude, man.
Oh, you're bigger than this, Pin?
That is crazy, dog.
Yeah, I'm not wasting my time on this shit.
No, yo, why do y'all do this? No, hold on, real talk, respectfully. And Pin, no, I'm being serious, respectfully. Why do y'all do that? No, I'm with you. Real talk, I'm with you.
But let me say.
Go ahead.
I don't start with.
No, I hear you. You're right. Wait. You're right.
I don't start.
You do.
But he is so sensitive.
We're not in the principles. For sure. We're not in the principles.
He doesn't even know when I'm joking. He doesn't even know when I'm being sarcastic. And he takes everything so personal. And then he starts talking personally, right? And then starts referring to me as pigs and all of this kind of stuff. When I didn't say any of that.
You interpreted that. I didn't call you a pig. Did I call you a pig? Did I say real talk is a pig?
I'm not talking to you. Well, like Ron said, we can talk further about this.
It's an idiom.
We can
you know what an idiom is?
This in the membership, and I'm with that, Ron. We can do that in the membership. I'm with you, but I do want to just respond to Swiper very quickly.
Y'all know where to pull up on Sunday.
I do not start with this man. Yeah, and he is very sensitive, and my presence bothers him. I see it every time I come on the screen, and so Swiper, you used to have the same effect. You used to have the same respect, right? It used to be the same dynamic between you two, but y'all two clearly have worked it out. But he used to be intimidated when you came on the stage. But y'all
intimidated.
Y'all fixed that. So
where are you coming up with this word intimidated?
You can go ahead and say what you need to say.
I'm intimidated by you.
Fix that.
You think that's the problem?
Real talk. Can I just say something real quick? And Pin. I do need to say this first off, because I think the chat, real talk, and I know real talk, trolling aside, I mean BS aside.
Yeah.
Real talk is cool. I'm cool. Me and real talk have a relationship. It's cool. It's fun. The Jokic Nugget stuff, that's always going to be what it is. It's just competition. It is what it is. Me and Penn got some blah, blah, blah. I don't think and I'm real talk, I mean this. Some of y'all are legitimate losers with how y'all talk about people in the chat. I mean that, like, legitimately are losers the way y'all talk about people in the chat. Because you don't talk about that. You would never act that way in person with people. And I legitimately mean this. Because, like, y'all really will go to a level of trying to be mean and disrespectful with people. And like I said, I'm not going to repeat it, trying to out people. I'm telling y'all, like, y'all are legitimately weirdos. Not most of y'all. Most of y'all, 99% of y'all are great. But there are some of y'all in particular that are like legitimately out there. No, because they're saying some stuff in the chat, bro. And I'm just like, bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, they go too far. I think real talk and Penn, this is a whole different thing. Penn, real talk, both y'all are extremely proud individuals for different reasons. You done too proud. No, this dynamic that y'all have has led to a lot of calamities. But also, me and Penn, we did have our own thing. But me and Penn, we got it adjusted. To be fair. So I do think there's something to this, but I'm saying, bro, like, this is about on both y'all. Can real talk. You're doing your thing. You're doing great stuff. What I don't want to do. Y'all can have issues. Penn, you're doing something great with Penn Dance. Real talk. You're doing great. You're building. Your YouTube is flying up the radar, and people got a reputation and stuff now. I just don't think we have to like dismiss each other's and what they're doing on the platform. Because I think both of y'all are doing great stuff. I think what happens is too, real talk, the chat also flames some of this up between the both of y'all, and then it turns into the whole other thing. And Ron, I thought you were being nasty, doing what you're doing, lying on Penn, saying Penn was ducking all this other stuff. But now we got this whole dynamic. Now we got this whole dynamic, and I'm saying that's not fair to real talk or Penn that they're in the middle of all this other stuff because both of y'all minding y'all business. 10 minutes ago, y'all was minding y'all business. And now we back here. That's all I'm saying. I just don't think it's necessary for what both of y'all are doing. That's all I'm saying, real talk. I'm not trying to come to anybody's defense or say somebody's more right than the other.
Swiper, I appreciate
that's it. That's all I'm saying, real talk.
Everything you're saying here.
Soft ass shit, man. Y'all better nut up.
I had to dip.
Okay, but you didn't want me when we saw each other in person. Now what? You didn't want me when we saw each other in person. Now what? Now what? No, matter of fact, you put your youngin in the way to keep from me. You put your youngin in the way to keep from me.
All right, y'all. I genuinely got to get back to these super chats. Real talking, Pin. You guys are good right now. Everything. Hey, as of right now, there is no beef. All right, as of right now, maybe in 10 minutes it can resume or whatever.
5 minutes ago, I've been trying to tell y'all that, and I'm not trying to jump off screen so people be like, "Oh, Penn ducking real talk." Oh my God, real talk showed up and Penn left.
All right, look, real talk ducking Penn now. Look, now you can leave on a high note.
I just don't think that we need to be hating on great players the way we do. I think we can just be honest about them. We could say Jokic had a bad game. We could say Jokic had a bad series. I think that's perfectly fine. To have to rewrite his entire history the way that we've been doing it, I think it's just OD. And I really don't think we need to do that. You know, I'm sure that when people do that to Kobe, you're very mad about it. You know, I'm sure when I came up here and I said I don't think Kobe's a top 10 player, that probably pissed off a lot of people, and rightfully so.
So
You know, when you think a guy's a top 5, pardon?
Was it considered hating when you did it? When you came up here and you said that Arvydas Sabonis was better than Kobe Bryant.
First of all, I never said that. I never said that. I never said that. So let's not lie.
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't.
So we know what innuendos are and everything like that.
Okay, first of all, Arvydas, not Arvinus, and innuendo, not whatever you just said. And 3, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say Kobe.
Was it insinuated? Yes or no?
No, it wasn't.
Okay, no, facts. Everybody else is lying, but go ahead.
No, you are lying. That's the beautiful thing. You go into your little circle,
so you don't need to,
and then you get to lie about me.
I'm not saying you're incorrect. No. So keep talk about.
Wait, Pin, you didn't say that? Arvydas was better?
I didn't say specifically Arvydas is better. I said they were in the same category. If you want to insinuate that means that's cool.
Right.
But what I said was I came up here, I gave my 9, and then I thought about 10, 11, 12, 13, and and then I started thinking about Arvydas Sabonis in that situation, but I didn't say Arvydas Sabonis. And then Mars is like, oh, that means he got Kobe at like 14. And I was like, yeah, Kobe's in that same place. Yeah. And
when you came up here telling us that Salty, what's his first name? Pronounce it for me.
Salty. It's Salty.
Salty. Thank
so let's try another lie. Go ahead, coach. Try the second lie.
He said, when you said that he was a better, why did you bring up him having a better board than Cade? Were you insinuating something else then?
Yes, I was. That Cade is very unimpactful. For the type of player that people were trying to put him in conversations with, none of those players, Luka, LeBron, have ever been number 11 in their draft class in frankly anything. So why is it that Cade Cunningham managed to be 11th or 10th or 9th and is currently not top 2 in his draft class in one of the metrics that has historically measured MVP analytics? Is it because he's not healthy enough? Possibly. Is it because he turns the ball over at a reckless pace?
Worst teams in NBA history.
That doesn't impact your VORP as much as you think it does. But I know you're trying to learn a lot about analytics. So
teach me. You're the smartest.
No, there's really no need for that. Like what I'm trying to tell you is like it's possible to be on a bad.
I'm trying to learn. I'm being intellectually curious right now, and you don't want to.
Okay, so how about that?
You use that phrase a lot. To be fair,
I'm sorry, guys. I'm dead ass being serious. I promise you, and you guys know this. If I didn't have something to do right now, we could do this until it's 11:30 Pacific time. We could do this until 2:30 Pacific time. But I really have to read these super chats. Penn actually just left too.
I'll see y'all later. Peace.
All right, real talk. Brian Cook became a YouTube member. Shout out to Brian Cook. Hamza Woe became a YouTube member. That's a hell of a name. Hamza Woe. Shout out to you. Blackest Panther said, Swiper, your time has come. You usually get the last laugh, but when the Joker turns to the joke, shit not funny no more. Rest in paradise to Pember Nuggets.
You do get the last laugh. That's right. I will get the last laugh in the end too, man. Shout out, man. Shout out to you, bro. You know, W y'all. This is a great time to get your Jokic hate off and the Nuggets hate off for sure.
Astro Boy 3768 said a wise Frenchman said it best. Defense is 50% of the game. Defense just needed to catch up to the new offensive explosion. I'm really not mad at that take.
Nope. Defense has gotten better over the last few years.
AB2 Ancient said, would have thought y'all saw Moses the way y'all looked when I said Jaden was Scottie Pitt. Only time will tell.
Yeah, shout out to Jaden. Ron, what would you have done if somebody would say that to you in a press conference? Like, what would your response have been if you were playing on the other side of that team and he said he was food? Like, as an athlete, how would you have responded?
It would have been on.
that's I would have thought the same. I would have thought the same.
Fool?
Yeah,
what?
I said it on. If us three were on the other side of that, this was AAU, and I heard somebody. Yeah, it's on. Like it's raps. It's we're going to war. The rest of the time, I see you.
No, the only thing with stuff like that is you don't want to make it a personal 1v1 type thing.
Yep.
But you want to make sure anytime he's in front of me, like I'm gonna make sure you know what my intentions are. Like I'm locking you up. I'm playing super
Yeah.
physical. Look, back when I was playing ball, at a decent level,
Yeah.
I was known to be a physical defender. Like I'm definitely leaving this game with at least three fouls. Like I'm hacking anyway. I'm hitting you anyway. So that very first play you're going to the rim, you're going to end up picking yourself up off the ground for sure. Like I'm gonna let you know, like, nah, watch your mouth.
For sure.
And I might be fooled. You might cook me, but you're gonna feel this though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Big Za 00JJK, the GOAT anime, said, preach, Ron. Winning matters. Like a guy being down 2-1 on the road, down 10 in the fourth quarter, and backpack your team to victory twice. Why is best in the world a convo? Who's he talking about?
I don't know. I don't know who that was. Oh, that Wemby? Wemby?
Yeah. Were they down 2-1?
No, but they were definitely down 15. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. Mars would 100% sniff this out and know. But shout out to Big Za. I got a couple other YouTube members. Young Bubba TV became a YouTube member. Shout out to Young Bubba TV. Also appreciate the super chat you sent through. A Proper Snail became a YouTube member. Shout out to a Proper Snail and Improper Snails as well. Caleb Valdez also became a YouTube member. Shout out to Caleb. Thank you for joining up. Welcome to the family. Be True 23 said DBPM, PRA, RTS, on-off numbers. The four nations once lived in harmony until the Timberwolves attacked. Only Jokic, master of all four stats, could stop them. But when the world needed him the most,
Ron, what is that a reference of? Ron, I know
all
you
four
know.
nations?
Yeah, what is that a reference of?
That's the last Airbender?
Yep, there you go. I knew you knew it. Yeah,
Shout out my man
Airbender,
Avatar.
bro.
Shout out Aang. The Don the speaker said, is it fair to say the Celtics were overrated this season and everyone underrated the Knicks? I mean, just line up both rosters side to side and tell me who's better. I'll tell you who's better. The Philadelphia 76ers. But y'all not ready for that conversation. Who y'all got better, Knicks or Celtics?
Probably. I had Knicks. Yeah, I think the Knicks probably.
Ox.
that's a 7-game series, bro. I don't
Okay. Hitchame, and I'm not gonna try to Hitchamel. I'll call you Hitchamel. Hitchamel said, Ron, I agree with your point on Jokic's impact on winning in the playoffs as an all-time great, but don't forget to keep that same energy with Giannis, please. Noted, and I got the same energy for Giannis.
No, you don't.
I promise you I do, Swiper. Giannis isn't like, if we're talking about all-time rankings, Giannis isn't much further ahead of Jokic. Like they're both in the same realm. Like for the MVPs they won, for the championships they've won, and for their production, they are both in that same.
Yeah, what is that? Like 10 to 15 spots behind Kevin Garnett? Maybe more.
I got them around and I don't have my list, so I can't this is just me just off the top of the head spitballing. I would say I have them anywhere between 18 and 25, somewhere like that. Maybe even lower. I don't know.
That's cool.
Pop Skills said, who was it that said Jokic solved basketball last year, and what happened in that series?
I think Jokic needs to solve
Rudy Gobert?
No, that's not a direct issue. I think Jokic needs to solve some other things in his life. Get in his basketball skill life for sure. Not a great series.
All right, awesome 8636 said everyone is like athleticism is more important than skill after watching these playoffs because they realize that not everyone was and is as skilled as prime Steph Warriors that define the skill era.
Well, they had a lot of athletes too, to be fair, but
they had everything.
Yeah. Read that one. Are you coming over to Nuggets FC if Giannis gets traded to Denver?
Me?
Yes.
We'll have to see.
I hope y'all get Kawhi.
That'd be fun.
Hey, we will have to see.
I miss liking the Nuggets. I used to like y'all back in the day.
I miss the days when Carmelo was the best player in the NBA. Swipe, I was a bigger Carmelo fan than you were, by the way.
All right.
Man.
You have no clue how big of a Carmelo fan I was.
I ever met a bigger Melo fan than Ron.
Really?
You have no Swiper. You have no clue how big of a Melo fan I was.
When Mars tells me Paul, matter of fact, when that bum to right over here tells me Paul Pierce is better than Melo, you never step up for me.
Cause Swiper, things changed over the years. As I got older and started looking at basketball differently and started realizing the type of guy that Melo was.
Bro, Paul Pierce couldn't hold his water, bro. Stop it.
I start liking Melo more as like later on. Like I like Melo. Even though I feel like he got in the way of Amari, I liked Melo with New York. And then once they tried to get rid of him and he came back with the Lakers and the Blazers, I was tripping off Melo. Like I'm really high on Melo, but just nowhere near as like Paul Pierce though, you know.
All right, I'm running a poll right now. I'm asking you guys who was better at their peak, Paul Pierce or Carmelo Anthony.
Why are you doing this right now?
This chat might be so anti-Denver today. I don't think you're going to get a good answer. I think you're going to get Paul Pierce.
There's no way possible anybody ever puts him over Melo, so don't worry about it.
All right, Football Breakdown 09 became a YouTube member, and he didn't just become a member, he became a Hall of Famer. You guys seen Football Breakdown earlier up here. Him and Swiper, you know, they had at it for a couple minutes. Shout out to Football Breakdown, and shout out to all the Hall of Famers. We got a couple more chats, and then we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. Michael Jordan. Shout out to Jordan for tapping in, man. Hey, Jordan, salute to you. You could have sent a little more than $9.99, but thanks for tapping in, Jordan. Jordan said, why is Jokic a consensus top 10 player? Why isn't he just Şengün or Sabonis? Because he won? Because he has the ball more than them? So he can get more stats? Because he's bigger?
Swiper, before you go in on this, Swiper, I want to be clear because the people always do this stuff to me. When I say something about Jokic, they're always like, "Oh, would you like Sabonis?" Yes, I might like Sabonis more, and I might support Sabonis more because he has a Sacramento Kings jersey on. But I am very well aware that Nikola Jokic is a better basketball player than Domantas Sabonis.
Yeah, man, we're in the dungeon. We're in the dungeon, brother. We're in the dungeon, brother. Yeah, shout out to Şengün.
But I think Domantas is a better defender than Jokic.
We're in the dungeon. Shout out to Domantas.
All right, the next super chat I got is from Luffy Gearford said, maybe I should have worded it differently. Tatum shouldn't have to be far and away the best player on the team. Number one is fine, but JB got to come along. All right, shout out to Mr.
Games. I think JB had 2.5, 3 good games.
All right, shout out to Mr. Steel 11. Mr. Steel became a YouTube member. Puzzy Boy 123 said Jokic isn't even good at basketball according to PC.
Crazy name, first of all. Second of all, I don't.
Oh, Puzzy Boy? What's wrong with Puzzy?
Nothing's wrong with Puzzy.
I agree. Wolves in 4 said Swiper looking past the Wolves and still trying to justify the interior defense of the Nuggets and Jokic.
Yeah, man, bad series, man. Wolves deserve that win. That's a hard thing. If you lose like that to a team missing that amount of players, yeah, that's a hard thing.
I'm gonna tell you the truth though, because I was saying that like if Ant's not gonna be available, then I wanted the Nuggets to like pull it out somehow and get healthy for a good series. But I don't. When I look at it more, I don't see San Antonio just walking through the Wolves. I think the Wolves will put up a good fight.
Yeah.
I think they're physical. I think they're physical enough. They're big enough. They play good enough defense. I think they'll put up a fight. I'll probably still go San Antonio in 6 without Ant, but I don't think this is going to be a blowout walk.
Ron, you think this episode's gonna be the highest viewed of the playoffs so far?
So far, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
W motion.
But we'll probably, we'll probably exceed it.
That LeBron, if they get walked down, man, we might be touching the sky, bro.
Yeah, Monday might be crazy. Puzzy Boy 123 also sent through another super chat and said, Damo, you were talking to someone who thinks Chris Webber better than Nikola Jokic. Laughing my ass off. Stop trying to be logical. Damn.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you're
Ouch.
17 years old, you've never seen Chris Webber play basketball. You would think like, how dare you talk about Chris Webber? But a lot of you youngsters just don't know, and that's okay. That's fine. I'm not upset with that. You're talking to somebody whose name is Puzzy Boy.
And I do want to say, people in the chat are saying that Penn called them pigs or whatever. No, if he said that, I was too far. I didn't hear that. But
They are pigs.
Okay,
You niggas is pigs.
Wrong.
I look in the chat. I see pigs. I see rats. I see skunks. I see mosquitoes.
Ron, they like you though. They're gonna let you call them whatever they want.
I see gnats.
That's the issue at work.
Look, you little gnat.
Oh wow.
So it ain't nothing wrong with it. It just is what it is. You are what you are. God created us all to, be who we are on the earth.
Yeah, L hosts. Yeah, exactly. All we can see is your brim. That's what they said. Your hat been too big for your head since you started buying hats.
All I can see.
Casting a shadow over the whole room.
So we got a couple more members. Ooey Poo became a YouTube member. Shout out to Ooey Poo. Also, we got one more member. Helpside D became a YouTube member. Hopefully, Helpside D can now become a member of the Denver Nuggets organization. I got one last super chat, and then we're going to get up out of here. From K.29. K. said, Swiper, when your loser friend in all black call everybody broke, poor, stupid, and etc., where is this kumbaya energy?
K-Dot's my dude. I've seen Real Talk call people in this chat some crazy stuff and say, get off his you-know-what to some very particular people. And I see Ron just call y'all skunks and trap hoes.
Nothing wrong with being a skunk.
All right, it just depends on who you like, bro.
What's wrong with being a sloth?
They have a relationship with Ron. They like Ron. They'll let Ron talk dirty to him however he wants. They be like, yeah, Ron, talk to me like that. That's how they like you, bro. That's just how it works. We love when you talk to us. Go ahead.
All right, y'all. Well, let me read this one before we get up out of here. Pibble MMA sent through a members chat and said, Dub Swiper, Dub Mutual Respect, Dub Friday Stream.
Yeah, man. Shout out Fridays, man.
It has been fun. It has been real. We've been going for about 3 hours and 45 minutes. I do want to say that make sure you guys tap into basketball this weekend because on Monday we're going to have so much to talk about. And on Sunday, we will be live during our members only stream Sunday at 6 p.m. or 9 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, just an hour.
It's 1 hour. You think we're about to get through this in 1 hour?
We here for a good time, not a long time. Y'all better show up early. Hey, y'all better show up early because the line gonna be wrapped around the corner, but it will be a good time.
Super chat. Make sure you start it off the right way. You know what you want to see. Put the $25 super chat out there, and then we'll get started from the top because I know exactly what people are looking for.
Man, y'all better hold it down. I'm not gonna be there this Sunday, man. I hope y'all have a good time.
All right, fellas. We'll catch you guys on Monday. Have a good weekend, and we'll get some good playoff hoops.